of Atlanta, Valley Sports South, and Valley Sports Southeast, the heart of the fan.
It is time for Braves baseball, presented by Truist. Once again from the Mile High City, it's Game 3 of 4 between the suddenly surging Atlanta Braves and the homestanding Colorado Rockies. Coors Field's been very kind to Atlanta so far. The Braves have their first 3-game win streak and try to win their 3rd game in this series here tonight. Hi again, everybody, with Brian Jordan and Peter Moylan. Chip Carey, great to have you back for Braves baseball. BJ, 2 great games for the Braves, who are now a game under 500. 2 very different games. What's in store for Atlanta tonight?
Wow, you know we talk about this right-hand dominant lineup. Well, on Thursday night, facing Austin Gomber, 13 runs, and all of a sudden last night against the right-hander, Chad Kuhl, and that bullpen, they were very successful against this offense, but the Braves managed to win this ball game. Tonight, you got a left-hander, Freeland, on the mound, and this offense feasted off of Freeland the last time they faced them, so I expect a lot of offense tonight.
Peter, 2 consistent wins for the Braves. The main consistency, though, has been starting pitching, and a thrill to see Spencer Strider get the ball again tonight.
Yeah, well, Spencer showed me everything I need to know against Arizona last time out. Facing 9 left-handed hitters, he busted out a changeup that no one knew he really had. Now he gets the chance to face a right-handed lineup and go with his 1 and 2 pitch, that fastball and that slider, and he can maybe save that 3rd pitch for the 3rd time through the lineup.
It is a beautiful night for baseball. How does a 4-game winning streak sound, Braves country? If Atlanta can do that, they'll get back to 500 with a chance to sweep the Rockies tomorrow. But still some work to be done. Spencer Strider and the Braves take on the Rockies in Game 3 from Coors Field. Lineups, first pitch, and Paul Bird next.
Is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, Delta Airlines, keep climbing, and by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Welcome back to Denver, everybody. Spencer Strider Saturday on the hill. 100 miles an hour, very good curveball, very good changeup. He's breaking it in. He likes starting, he likes the routine, but I have to admit, when you throw 100 plus with the good slider, slurve, curve, I wasn't ready for a dynamite changeup that he broke out in Arizona. He explained it to me earlier today. Today in Colorado, your 2nd start of the season. I want to talk about your first. How'd you feel in the days in between?
Pretty good, yeah. I mean, I like, it's one of the things I like about starting is having that time to prepare and everything, get your body ready. You tend to bounce back better, you feel better afterwards. And so, yeah, you know, I've done it quite a bit, so wasn't a huge adjustment, so yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
You had an uptick in pitches, no problem though.
Yeah. You know, I trained all offseason to start all year, all season, so my body's in shape for it. That's what I focused on, so I mean, I'm ready to do it if that's what the team needs.
Last start, Nick Green asked me a question. He said, hey, is Spencer Strider going to throw any changeups? And I'm like, no, he doesn't really need it. He throws 100 plus, got a great slider. And then you broke out about 10, 15 of the best changeups I've seen all year. How do you throw it, and what made you do that?
I mean, that's been a pitch I've had for a long time. I just really developed it this offseason, but with more of a focus. You know, all lefty lineup. It just you know, there was a chance that we were going to need it, or it was going to play, and so you know, it's kind of like if I throw a fastball or I throw a pitch and it sets up a changeup, there's no reason in my mind not to go to it when it's there, and especially if I keep going to it and I have the feel and I'm executing it, then you know, it becomes even more useful. So, but yeah, I mean, I sort of got it last year in Double-A. It's just from our pitching coach there, and you know, I put all my pressure in between right here, index and pinky, and then just lay these fingers on top, trying to kill spin. I'm so behind the ball, I can't really get a ton of pronation out of it. So to tilt the axis, I have to sort of manipulate the ball a little bit with some different fingers instead of these 2 powerful ones. So yeah, and I just sort of keep a limp wrist and just let it come out.
Love the explanation. How many will he feature tonight? A 4-game set. Braves are hot. They've won 3 in a row. Can they do it again? You got to watch to find out.
Acuna Jr. is back in the lineup tonight for the Braves and playing right field. He leads off the Toyota starting nine, a starting nine that's had a lot of fun swinging the bats here in Denver, and they will take aim against Kyle Freeland, the local kid against whom the Braves have feasted in starts past.
Yeah, they've had some success against Kyle in the past. He's sort of changed the way he pitches, but he was a 17-game winner back in 2018. Threw over 200 innings that year, too.
How about Ronald Acuna? 3 for 4 in his career with a home run, a walk. I mean, 1,500 slugging percentage.
Freeland's second pitch of the night finds the zone, and an even count for Ronald. Yes, these are the Rockies. No, they're not wearing the purple and the black tonight. These are their City Connect uniforms. We'll get into that as the night goes along. As Ronald checked his swing and is rung up. Mike Michlinski said Acuna swung at that. You can tell Ronald disagrees, and the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. What a game last night for Atlanta. Max Fried was as good as you can be. Over 8 innings of 2-hit shutout ball. Atlanta picked up its first extra inning victory of the season. And the Braves finally, at long last, guys, have a 3-game winning streak.
All this conversation about how the ball and how the altitude's going to affect every pitcher that comes in, and Max just said, you know what? I don't believe in that, guys. I'm going to go out there and do what I do.
You know, the great thing about it, he pitched the contact. You know, he didn't strike out with 4 guys.
2-2 from Freeland, and Acuna squibs that to first. It's a race to the bag. Bad toss, and Freeland got the side of the bag. Interesting, Freeland in his last start injured his ankle and landed awkwardly at the first base bag on this first play of the game, and he'll have to gather himself as he makes his way back to the mound with 1 out. So an interesting start. Here are the Ford keys, fellas, for game 3 of the series.
Early start. You got to score early off of Freeland. Again, we talk about this offense feasting off of him in years past. And for my man Strider tonight, go strike 1. It's worked. The formula is working here in Colorado, so hopefully he'll stay there.
Freeland threw 107 pitches last time out against the Nationals. He injured his ankle and had to be helped off the field. We weren't sure if he was going to be able to make this start as scheduled. And so an early test on that ankle as he beat Acuna to the first base bag for the game's first out. Here's Dansby. And that's off the plate. Swanson, a 7-game hitting streak for the Braves. 5 more hits here at Coors Field in the first 2 games.
And again, you look at his career versus Freeland. 7 for 12 with the home run. I mean, you'd run into the stadium today, face this guy.
and it's funny, you know, Freeland is a local kid, played high school ball here, about 15 minutes from the ballpark, and historically has had a lot of success in a very difficult pitching environment. It has not worked out for him yet this year on his home mound. He's 1-3 with an ERA over 6 here at Coors Field. And this is a man that's over 500 for his career at Coors Field.
So, Peter, you just heard me say I would be running to the ballpark. Now, if you're a pitcher like Freeland who struggles against a team, what's his mindset like? he's not running.
He's well aware of every single person that he's facing today.
On the ground, slowly out towards second. And the peg to first is in time. And this is when Freeland is at his best, gets the ball on the ground. This is a real big-time ground ball pitcher, which obviously in this park, fellas, is a huge, huge benefit.
Well, he must be showing some different pitches, because that's 2 weak ground balls from our number 1 and 2 hitters.
He did change his pitch mix a couple of years ago. He was very fastball heavy early in his career, and then now he's brought everything back in together. He throws all his pitches around the same amount, 25, 22, 20, 18%.
Yeah, he does.
And he just relies on the movement of each of them.
Austin Riley, bases empty, and takes 1 tomahawk eye, 1 ball, no strikes. Austin's having a terrific road trip at the plate. 381 average, 6 runs batted in.
Austin's starting to look more like himself from last year. Starting to get comfortable, drive the ball the other way. You make that mistake and you're going to pay the price. 13 home runs already on the season.
13 doubles as well. They play him deeply. The pitch. Swing and a drive. Line drive deep center field. At the wall. It's high off the wall. That bounces back toward the infield. Riley to second. He's turning on the burners. He's headed for third. He's going to slide in with a triple.
Boy, did he square that ball up. When that ball took off, you see the center fielder running. It looked like it was running away from him. I mean, that's a great swing. It's turned the center fielder all around.
1 foot from a home run. Man, he's been swinging the bat so good lately.
So a chance to score again here in the first inning. Matt Olson's the batter. He had the key hit in extra innings last night. A base hit to left. And he hammers this one toward the netting in right field, foul. No balls and a strike. Matt's heating up as well. He's our Who's Hot feature, brought to you by Texas Pete.
346 average. We talked about him in Arizona, really starting to get hot, starting to be more aggressive as we see him swing at that first pitch. The OPS is up, and he continues. He's a double machine.
Those 9 RBIs leads the Braves team in this stretch of games.
You can really see over the last few weeks, since Arizona really, that he's putting quality at bats together too. He's fouling a lot of balls off, a lot of tough pitches that he was swinging through earlier on. He's now fouling those off and waiting until the pitcher makes a mistake. And
he's having better at bats with runners in scoring position. Starting to get the job done.
Got some work to do here. Down 2 strikes from Kyle Freeland. Riley at third, 2 outs. And a little pop into shallow center. Daza comes on and puts that away. And that retires the side. Riley with a ringing triple off the center field fence. Spencer Strider goes to work in a scoreless first. Here in Denver, Colorado this weekend. And the Rockies come a-calling. They are struggling. They have lost 18 of their last 25 games. And Bud Black has shuffled their Toyota starting lineup. Charlie Blackmon's going to lead off and be the DH. Connor Joe bats second. He's in left field. As Peter mentioned a moment ago, this is a predominantly right-hand hitting lineup. How will that play into the game plan for that man tonight?
Well, I think it's going to be an advantage. He's shown what he can do against an all left-handed lineup and throw a pitch that he hadn't thrown all year long. To me, that's a massive step forward. It shows to me that he's going to be able to get through that lineup a second and third time if need be. And his pitch count will probably be around 80, 85 pitches today, I'd imagine.
He threw 72 pitches over 4 1/3 innings against the Diamondbacks. And while he gave up the 4 runs, I think we'd agree there were a couple of defensive lapses that were very costly in that opening inning down at Chase Field in Phoenix. And Charlie Blackmon, who's had a good series with 4 hits, leads off and takes ball 1 high. On the ground, Olson broke toward that baseball. Ozzie waits for him to get back to the bag. And a ground ball out for Spencer Strider. 1 up, 1 down for Connor Joe.
Well, that's a good start. 2 pitches, get a ground ball.
Peter, in that last game against the Diamondbacks, Spencer Strider threw 16 changeups after throwing a total of 9 changeups in all of his big league outings combined this year.
Yeah, that was a discussion I had with him in Milwaukee, and he was at the point, and I don't want this to come across as overconfident, but he said he hadn't really needed to use that third pitch so far. You can see him throw that slider there. That's going to be a weapon for him today. But it just means that he's got that third pitch, as I mentioned. He's got something that he can go to later in the game.
Love the fact that he threw a slider and got it over, because I'm sure as a pitcher you hear all the nightmare stories about your breaking stuff early in the game.
Well, I think you just need to look at Max Fried last night to see that that's really something you can overcome.
Stayed a little high, I suppose.
Well, I think the reality is, coming out of the bullpen is a little different than starting, because coming out of the bullpen, he was just bearing down on guys with that fastball, blowing them away for 1 inning, possibly 2 innings. But like you said, now that he's in that starting role, he has to almost develop that third pitch and change up as we saw in Arizona, which he was very successful in doing.
Yeah. He's also very routine. He's everything about him is routine, and to be able to have a routine and be able to come out every 5 days, know when you're going to pitch is huge.
That one 100, but off the plate. And it's a full count to Connor Joe, who's reached base in 30 consecutive games for the Rockies. C.J. Cron would be next. Base is empty, 1 out. And it's 31 in a row for Connor Joe. A 1-out walk in front of the Rockies first baseman.
That just tells us how good our organization is to let this guy go, because he looks really good for Colorado. I mean, getting that opportunity to play.
Yeah, Connor was in the Braves organization in 2017. We got him in a deal with the Pirates for Sean Rodriguez. And Connor has bounced around a bit, but has found a home here in Colorado, where he's playing left field again tonight. Here's Cron, 1 for 9 in the series. That hit a homer. Power versus power here. And in for a strike.
That's a key right there, Beach. Strike one against these guys.
One.
Strikes in general, there's been such an emphasis on strikes over the last couple of weeks, and getting rewarded for throwing strikes.
My good friend Leo Mazzoni. Go strike one, everything becomes easy.
Got that one called. And C.J. Cron is quickly behind 0-2. So a world of weapons at hand for Mr. Strider here. 40 RBIs for Cron, 14 homers. Most of that damage has come here in Denver. And the pitch. Good stop. William Contreras wearing the catcher's gear tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Spencer ready. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Slider got him. First strikeout of the game. 2 outs.
Really nice sequence there.
Yeah.
Got him looking heater, and that shows me that it's going to be working for him. It had nice depth.
If he can be consistent with that slider for a strike, because as a hitter facing a strider, you got to be gassed up for that fastball.
Ryan McMahon is the hitter, the Rockies' third baseman. And Joe was lucky that Strider didn't see him break early.
Tried to time him up there.
It is such, I don't want to say effortless because there's effort, but it looks so easy. His delivery so smooth, very mechanically sound, and the ball just explodes out of his hand. The Rockies get their first look at Strider tonight. 0-1 pitch. There's a change.
His delivery, whether he's from the windup or the set position, it doesn't have a lot of room for error. It's so smooth, it's so compact. As I said, there's not a lot of sideways movement. It's very straight up and down, and allows him to go straight towards his target without a lot of effort.
Short lead at first by Joe. The pitch. No swing. And McMahon will face a 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. McMahon 3 for his last 17. The Braves have, knock on wood, held him down in this series. He's 1 for 7. And now the 1-2 pitch. Popped him up. Can anybody catch up to this? The answer is yes. Adam Duvall gets there and handles McMahon. And a good start for Spencer Strider. His first strikeout of the game sends us to the second scoreless. We'll lead off the Braves second. As we said, Coors Field has been a very friendly place. That's our Bounty quick stats tonight.
Lux, this game's as Coors Field, 4-2 record, 6.7 runs per game. We'll take that every day of the week.
Look at that average with runners in scoring position, 375.
we are in a good position right now. We've taken the first 2 games. We've got a chance to sweep, but better yet, we've got a chance to take 1 or 2 and win the series, which is so tough to do here.
Line drive towards center, but right at Daza. And he puts that away for the first out. Another part of those quick stats that we oftentimes overlook because we take it for granted. You know what the Braves' ERA is in their last 6 games here? Under 4. 391. And when you think about what Ian Anderson did in game 1 of this series, what Max Fried did last night, Strider's in good shape, and more importantly, the bullpen's in good shape for these last 2 days.
It's so interesting that I haven't been here in 6 games either. That's it's amazing how that works out.
It's what an amazing coincidence. As Ozuna hits, Marcel batting 6th tonight and takes a Freeland strike. Marcel's got a 6-game hitting streak, 8 hits in that stretch, 2 of them homers. And off his thumbs out of play to the right. And just like that, it's 0-2. Braves have gained 2 games on the Mets during this 3-game winning streak. Mets are in LA later on tonight. They run into Walker Buehler. In just a little while. 0-2 pitch is high. It's 1-2.
Talking with Ozuna, he's having trouble getting his hands in and driving the ball. It looks like he's taking that inside pitch more than he was early in the season.
That one jammed him. It's rolled toward third. Long throw across in time by McMahon. And that is the second out. That's the 3rd ground ball out for Kyle Freeland. Here's our Bank of America impressive tools feature. William Contreras will hit with 2 outs.
Wow, he's been unbelievable this season. Really getting off to a hot start. 7 home runs. 7 RBIs in the last 11 games. Got to find a way to keep this kid in the lineup.
Well, remember, Travis d'Arnaud had a 2-homer, 6 RBI game here in the opener. So both Braves catchers are red hot. And this one on the ground deep short. Nice pick. Long off balance throw. Contreras tries to leg it out, and they got him by a quarter step. Great play by Iglesias, and the Braves are out of luck in a very quick 1-2-3 second inning. No score in Denver. Is presented by Truist. It's game 3 of our series. Welcome back to Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. Paul Bird, Peter Boyle, and Brian Jordan. Chip Carey with you. No score. Bottom of the 2nd inning. Spencer Strider goes back to work. Issued a walk and picked up his first strikeout in his opening frame here at altitude. Braves trying to take advantage of a struggling Rockies club. And Strider will face Rogers, Jonathan Daza, and Iglesias here the 2nd time through. Nice play by Iglesias to take away a hit a moment ago.
That's what he seems to do everywhere he goes. He just makes those plays look simple.
Brendan Rodgers is the hitter and takes a little low. 1 ball, no strikes. Rodgers had a 3-homer game the other day in the nightcap of their doubleheader with the Marlins. He has cooled considerably since. He has 1 hit in 9 tries in this series. Slider looks good. Fastball looks good. Changeup looks good. The game plan looks good so far for Spencer, making his 2nd big league start.
I love that he's already shown that he can throw 2 different types of sliders. The one that he dumps in 0-0 for a quick strike or behind in the count, he can throw that one. Then he's got the nasty one to get swings and misses at.
Outfield shades Rodgers toward right. And he hits this one right to Ozzie, who had him played perfectly. And Strider's getting the ball on the ground. 2 ground ball outs for him. Good start to the 2nd. And Jonathan Daza, the center fielder, is coming up. This will be a fun matchup. Strider's a strikeout pitcher. Daza seldom swings and misses.
puts the ball in play. 352 average, 14 RBIs, no home runs though. So challenging.
Only 10 strikeouts for this man in 122 plate appearances.
He gets a zone like that, you can see why.
Nate Tomlinson's our home plate umpire tonight. We'll keep an eye on his strike zone as Strider goes back to work.
Wow, that is nasty.
It's just got to be fun. You just look at the swings that he gets, expecting that fastball, and even if it's just slightly off, 87 miles an hour, just those swings.
Just playing catch right now. The pitch. Throw him another one, and Daza fouled it back. A ball and 2 strikes.
He's going very, very typical attack right now with fastballs and sliders to right-handed hitters. He's throwing a couple of change-ups to lefties. It's going to be interesting to see when he comes through the lineup again, if he mixes and matches or stays with the same plan.
That's headed off to the right side. Foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I was just about to say, after those 2 nasty sliders, you got to come with a fastball. But Daza gets his hands in and fouls it off.
Stayed high. It's 2-2. Big crowd filing in on a beautiful Saturday night in Denver, Colorado. 33,000 here last night. Rockies, despite being 6 games under 500, are drawing well. They've played their best baseball here at Coors, where they're 2 games over 500. The pitch. And that skipped up there for a full count. Jose Iglesias, the shortstop, waits next. Might have had a pitch comm problem there. The receiving device might have been out of kilter. Now Strider ready with a 3-2. Here it is. He chased it. Strike 3. Second strikeout.
Amazing.
A man that seldom strikes out went fishing, and Strider got him to nibble.
You know,
that's what 100 miles an hour does to you, right?
Exactly. And as a hitter, I'm saying it's a 3-2 count. He's got to come with his best fastball here. And he throws this nasty slider. You got no chance to holding up on your swing. Look at that frustration.
That was a face to say that's nasty. Right?
Yeah.
The universal sign for it's nasty.
Yes. Here's Iglesias. And there's a fastball for a strike. Strikeouts, the name of the game for Spencer Strider. That's our Beating the Pressure feature from Coors Light.
Check out the names on that list. He's up there with some of the biggest strikeout guys. Dylan Cease has had a great year. Lozado, lefty from Miami, who's got.
Wow, yeah.
Look at the stuff on that list.
And with all the strikeouts that Strider has been able to get, what really strikes me, guys, is how economically he works.
He throws a lot of strikes. That's what I like about him. But when you got stuff like that,
Yeah,
why not?
Right, fill it up. This one on the ground, right to Dansby. Tricky hop, stayed with it. Flip to first is in time. 1-2-3 for Spencer in the second. Adam Duvall will lead off a scoreless third. Game 3 at Coors Field. I want to thank all the teachers in Braves country with a special ticket offer. Teachers can receive a 33% discount to one of the upcoming home games against the A's on June 7th and 8th, or the Pirates from June 9th through 12th. All you have to do is show your teacher ID at the Braves clubhouse store in right field during any one of the June 7th through 12 games to receive a 10% discount too. So that's a nice incentive. No homework papers to grade, no essays. Come on out to the ballpark and have a good time and save some money in the process.
Well done, Brovs.
Yep.
Adam Duvall, the hitter, leading off the third, and shatters his bat. Roller toward Iglesias, and his peg is perfect for out number 1. That's 5 groundouts for Kyle Freeland tonight.
Well, that tells you his game plan right now. He is throwing in on the hands of the Braves hitters.
which has been the theme that we've faced over the last couple of days. Is that an advantage, or does that sort of make you feel like everybody's going to be the same? And
No, I mean, when you come to Coors Field, you don't want to make a mistake over the middle, and guys are always looking away. They think pitchers won't throw in. So by throwing in, you're going to jam them all day long until the Braves make some adjustments. So that's a great game plan coming in.
I beg your pardon, Brian. I think this man in the batter's box has made a few adjustments, wouldn't you say?
Yes, he has, and I'm enjoying watching. His defense has been phenomenal out there. Something that we hadn't seen too much. Diving catches all over the field, saving pitchers. You know, if you ask Fried about him, he would say, I love the guy. The defense makes a difference, but now he's starting to get comfortable at the plate, which you knew was going to happen.
Michael Harris hitting .280. 4 for 9 guys against left-handed pitching. And how about this approach?
I feel like that's been the biggest difference, is those takes, those balls just off the outside corner. He's not even offering at now. Early on, you want to try and impress.
Turned on that one, but jammed himself. It's out to second. And 2 are out for Ronald Acuna Jr. Got to find a way to elevate the ball against Kyle Freeland. He's got 6 ground ball outs, 2 away, and Acuna rolled out his first time.
Well, you remember watching Alcantara throw to this lineup, throwing him in, jamming him. Well, Acuna, when you notice a pitcher starting to come in, you kind of cheat a little bit. And we saw him cheat against Alcantara and drive that ball. So I expect him to do the same this game.
Okay, for fans who are novice baseball fans, when you say cheat at the plate, what exactly does that mean?
Well, you are expecting an inside pitch, so you open up a lot earlier than you would normally do. And that allows you to get your hands through a lot quicker and pull that ball.
People describe it as selling out, because you're just basically picking one pitch.
Again, off his hands foul.
And you've sold out completely for that one pitch. If you get it, great. If you don't, it's almost an automatic take.
Right. Yep.
Well, Freeland's pitching impressively so far. Just 30 pitches. 22 strikes, 8 balls. He's got 8 outs. And an 0-2 count for Ronald, who wants time. Braves have done good work against lefties. Hope that continues tonight. They've won 7 consecutive games, started by an opposing left-handed starting pitcher. And they are 12-6 overall when a southpaw pitches against us. Braves have 1 hit so far. That was a Riley triple off the center field fence. The pitch is low.
Now, you guys remember on Thursday when Gamba was out there, how he was leaving changeups on an out and a half of the plate, and the Braves hitters were driving them in the right center gap. Well, Freeland, he watched that game, and now he just wants to jam these guys in.
But you better get it in, or you're going to pay the price. He hasn't yet. Just as far as runs are concerned. The pitch on the ground, short. Iglesias glides, flips to first, and that will retire the side. 7 ground ball outs, 7 straight hitters retired. We go to the home third, no score. Team 99. Watch all out-of-market regular season games live or on demand, plus MLB Big Inning. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for all the details. Great to be back at work with you tonight. We will have this game, of course, and tomorrow's road trip wrap-up for you here on Bally Sports. Good start. Spencer Strider through 2 scoreless innings. Kyle Freeland has gone through the lineup once. And Spencer starts Randall Grichuk with a strike. That man in the middle was awesome.
Was he ever last night? Wow.
102 pitches in 8 innings. Talk about economical.
And look at that hair. Oh, there are hundreds and thousands of people out there that would pay good money for that salad on top of that head. Well done, Max.
Some have. 1 ball, 1 strike. Way outside. It's ball 2. Last night's game was the second in the history of this ballpark that was scoreless through 9 innings. Think about that. The only other game was in 2008 when Aaron Cook pitched for the Rockies and Greg Maddux pitched for the Dodgers.
Wow.
Max Fried was not quite 15 years old when that game took place. So Grichuk ahead here, 3 balls and a strike. And downstairs, a leadoff walk. That's the one thing I think Spencer's going to have to clean up. As good as his fastball, slider, and changeup combo is, guys, he will walk you from time to time.
Yeah, he knows that. That's the one part of most young pitchers' game that they want to clean up. It's just the faith and the trust. He knows how good his stuff is, and if he can just get it over, he's going to be dominating.
Well, he's got the catcher, Elias Diaz, who's 0 for 3 in the series. Double play candidate if you can get some soft contact. And a good stop by Contreras. 1 ball, no strikes. One more note on Fried's game last night. Speaking of soft contact, 13 of the balls put in play last night had an exit velo under 81 miles an hour.
Man.
So he was in complete command, and the Braves won it in extra innings. 1 ball, no strikes.
Not getting that high pitch.
Yeah.
That's a borderline strike. We've seen umpires call that strike.
Charlie Blackmon's on deck. Diaz ahead. 2 balls and no strikes, I beg your pardon, with nobody out. That's headed for the upper deck off to our right. It's 2-1. You can live with walks in this ballpark, right, Peter? But it is really playing with fire.
Yeah, it is. It's just the free base runners that seem to get you in trouble, especially late in ball games. The 7th inning leadoff walk always seems to come around and score, and then it ends up resulting in maybe 3 or 4 runs at this place.
Strider trying to get back in the count. 2 balls and a strike. Late swing. Understandably so at 98 miles an hour. And he is back even, 2-2.
That's why you sit back and you look at the shift right now. You got a right-hander, yes, he's got the number 9 hitter, and we're shifting for him to pull the ball. And he hasn't caught up with a pitch yet.
Outfield swings around toward right. Ozzie close to the second base bag with the 2-2 pitch. And he missed outside. Back-to-back full counts.
It's a big pitch right here.
Especially with red-hot Charlie Blackmon on deck in a scoreless game.
You think Randall may be running here, 3-2 count.
Good lead. Not going. And a swing and a miss. Slider again got him. So 3 strikeouts, 1 in each inning for Spencer Strider. Now the double play could get him out of the inning. 1 out.
Yeah, he used the aggressiveness of the hitter again. Slide it down. Geared up for that fastball, BJ. Just couldn't hold up.
So, Paul, the slider has been the out pitch so far for Spencer Strider in the first 3 innings.
I'm absolutely amazed at that because of the altitude, slider breaking to the left. If you get depth on your slider, that's really, really good. That's tough to do at times when you have humidity. Out here when the air is light, I'm seeing a dynamite slider go straight down. All I can say is wow.
1 ball, no strikes for Charlie Blackmon. And it comes out of his hand, guys, so hard. It has to look like a fastball. That wasn't anywhere close to being a strike.
But as a hitter, you're so geared up for that fastball, and you almost have to commit too early just to catch up with that 99, 100. And then you can't hold your swing up when that slider just bouncing off the ground.
Which goes to the point you were talking about earlier. And, Peter, you can talk about this. When hitters try to cheat, right, or get to the spot before the fastball, that's something you can cash in on.
It is.
Another thing I really love about that slider, guys, when it goes down is you can get righties and lefties. If it just breaks to the left on a flat plane, then not effective all against lefties.
First change up there we've seen in a while. He's thrown 4 or 5 sliders in the same spot. I'd like to see him make an adjustment, maybe throw one over for a strike so that they can get it back in their head that once they see spin, it may be a strike, because eventually they're going to stop swinging at that ball in the dirt.
You don't want to make a mistake to Blackman. 5 for 10 in this series with a walk. We've seen the damage this guy does against the Braves over his career.
On the ground, Ozzy's got that 360 spin, and they got Blackman at first. Terrific play at second for the second out.
What a beautiful play by Ozzy. Knew he had a little bit of time.
Great
Reaches
range.
over there, gets some great range, sets his feet beautifully. 360 spin and makes a throw on the money.
Of course, the pitcher likes a play like that. Gets him the second out, and now the right-hand hitting Connor Joe is up. He walked in his first trip to the plate. Again, the Rockies debuting their new City Connect uniforms. Tonight, forest green. And yes, they are modeled after the Colorado automobile license plates.
Nice. I like it.
I saw them doing the promotional photo shoot up against the Rockies, and I thought they looked okay. Now that I see them on a baseball field, I really like them.
And when they debuted them and took that promotional picture, they were a lot higher than 5,280 feet. They took that picture at the Loveland Pass, which is almost 12,000 feet above sea level. And they'll wear the uniforms tonight. They'll wear them tomorrow and for every home Sunday, as you see the Rocky Mountains off in the distance. Runner at second, 2 outs. There you go, Peter.
That's exactly what I needed to see right there. That's great job by William also calling that pitch.
Yeah, and we talk about the maturity of Contreras as a catcher. Going out there talking about the pitch. I mean, he's really starting to step up and be that leader from the catcher standpoint.
Peter, I let the dugout know you requested a slider for strikes, so they made it happen for you.
That's why you see, we're already working like we are locked in, you and me, Birdie.
1 ball, 1 strike. Scoreless game, home third. Strider ready. It's obvious you two had a long production meeting on the off day in between the shopping, the donut eating on National Donut Day, the Pilates workout that Brian had.
Yep.
You guys took full advantage of the off day here in Denver yesterday.
Did I ever?
Staying in great shape.
2 balls and a strike. That was nasty.
Just another example of how tough hitting in the big leagues is.
Took a little bit off that pitch, it looked like. Maybe 86 miles an hour. Sounds funny to say. Took something off. 86 mile an hour slider. But it worked. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Check of the runner at second, who has a big lead. The pitch. Didn't chase it. Good try. But another full count. Like to get Connor Joe here. I'll have to throw more pitches to C.J. Cron, who waits on deck. But he lost him. Second walk of the inning. Strider wants to know where that was. He's asking, was it up? Was it in? He has not seen eye to eye with Nate Tomlinson. He's not getting a high strike. And so pitches will pile up here against Cron.
That's a bit outside, that one.
I'm really impressed with Connor Joe. That's 2 walks, taking some tough pitches.
So 52 pitches with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. C.J. Cron struck out in the Colorado first. 2 on, 2 out. That one got away from William, and the runners move up. It's almost, Peter, like he's trying to make the perfect pitch.
Yeah, that's what this field can do to you. You don't, and especially against someone like a C.J. Cron, who you know has got unbelievable pop. It's a great call here by Cranny to run out and have a chat with Spencer.
So while the Braves talk it over with runners 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs, here's a quick message from Truist.
Jessica was born to care.
That's my best friend. She don't need no.
Miss Hogan's class? It's Atlantis.
Today, she's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care.
There is no experience like the experience of Coors Field. Ian Anderson is a case in point. His first game here, he lasted 3 innings and gave up a handful of runs. He pitched a great game here in the series opener. More experience, has done it before. Strider hasn't. He's hanging in there, trying to keep the Rockies off the board here in the 3rd inning. He's behind C.J. Cron, who's 2nd in the National League in homers with 14. Base open, the pitch. Trying to tie him up inside, and too far.
Again, this is where if I thought he had some confidence in that slider to be able to throw it for a strike, it'd be a perfect pitch right now.
2-0. Buzz the tower, ball 3. And look, he just threw a wild pitch a moment ago. The runner is at 3rd base now. And there's a lot of foul ground behind home plate. This might be, as weird as it sounds, a bit of a pitch around to Cron to get after McMahon, who is a left-hand hitter. We'll see how it works out. The pitch made him throw a strike. This will be the 26th pitch of the inning. Well, he's back in it, full count. This is a man that is built to hit a fastball.
Yes,
and look how late he was on that pitch.
The stance kind of reminds me of Contreras, standing straight up.
Feet close together.
Yep.
So the payoff pitch to Cron. He lost him. 3rd walk of the inning. That loads him up. And so this is the effect of Coors Field. They've got 3 runners on. They haven't put the ball in play for any of them. And now you face Ryan McMahon, who flat out in his lone at bat. There are 2 outs, though.
And as a hitter, you've seen him bounce 5 out of the last 6 sliders in a row, BJ. So are you going up there strictly looking for that fastball?
Yeah, I mean, because he has no control over that slider now. I got to gear up for that fastball.
The changeup does become a factor now that there's a left-handed bat up there. I think that if he can maybe dump a changeup, 0-0, get ahead.
Well, it's 6 full counts already this game, so guys are going up there being patient.
First pitch swing on the ground. Dansby knocks it down. Long throw to first. Stretch out. And they got him. What a play by Dansby Swanson. McMahon spikes the helmet. Strider got out of it with a great play by the Atlanta shortstop. Unbelievable.
Wow. Took his time, made an unbelievable throw.
Play.
This was a 1 for for sure, and maybe 2-run saving play.
For sure. He wasn't able to glove it cleanly, but obviously the instinct is maybe to go the short way to second base, but he's able to set his feet and throw a sidearm throw. Inspiration Moylan maybe gets him. Bang, bang play, and McMahon was fired up. When you're struggling, BJ, that seems to happen all the time. You just hit balls right at guys.
And that takes us to Zaxby's indescribable good play. 382, Dansby. Look, guys, when you make great plays and lead off, I expect a home run right here. I'm making that call, guys.
I'll get my phone out then.
Get your phone out.
Dansby grounded out his first time. Let's see what adjustments the Braves make at the plate against Freeland, who's been living on the inner half in this game. He's gotten 7 ground ball outs, not a lot of hard contact. The hardest hit ball was Austin Riley's booming triple off the center field fence. And he's on deck. And for Freeland, BJ, why change anything until the Atlanta offense shows that they've adjusted?
Exactly. And I think he saw it already. Guys are starting to be patient on that inside pitch. They've been swinging at that off the plate early in the count.
At the plate, but was low. Ball 3.
Showing some patience second time around.
That's the big difference with Dansby so far too. That 2-0 pitch. Tennessee is to try and get big on a fastball count, thinking that you're going to get something down the middle.
Made him throw a strike.
Good take.
All bets off now, though. 3-1 count. There's been a lot of discussion in the game, not just this game, but the Major League game. There's no such thing as a hitter's count anymore, meaning guaranteed fastball. And Swanson couldn't pull the trigger on a sinker or a slider. That was a nasty pitch to fill it up.
Even that 3-1 fastball sinking, perfect inside corner pitch.
Where it is, yep. He's coming back in there.
And that's out of play to the right.
He's coming back in there. There's no question about it.
Peter, is that an area where analytics has really changed the game from a pitching perspective? Try to neutralize the launch angle and guys just swinging out of their shoes?
I think that everyone's trying to reduce slug, so they're trying to limit the amount of pop that guys have. But analytics has changed the game, I think, more with the pitch design.
Up the middle, and a sinking line drive handled at second by Rogers. And Dansby's out of luck. That's out number 1. So he took away a hit. Colorado returned the favor. 1 away in the 4th.
Good at bat right here, though. It's the fastball coming back in across the plate. Got his hands in and drove it right up the middle. That's always a good sign for a hitter.
8 straight retired by Freeland. Here's the Brave with the lone hit in the game, Austin Riley. And this one, first pitch on the ground to Iglesias at short. And a high throw, a bad throw. And the Rockies infield defense continues to amaze, and not in a good way. Error number 6 for Iglesias. That is the 44th error by the Rockies. 24th by their infield defenders. To put that in perspective, the Braves team has 25 in total.
So unusual for Iglesias too.
Yeah.
Been around such a long time. The ball looked like it just sailed on him. Looked like it took off as soon as he left his hand.
And you know, he made what's amazing in the first couple of innings, making some great plays. And the easiest plays are the hardest plays, I guess.
So how do you go 7-18 in a 25-game stretch? You make an error a game. That's what Colorado has averaged. 25 errors in 25 games coming into action tonight. And as much as we talk about how walks will crush a pitching staff, so will errors. Now you got to take advantage of it with Olsen, Albies, and Ozuna coming up. Braves have their second base runner.
Something Braves fans get so spoiled with is good defense on a daily basis.
Yeah. We just saw it from Dansby. The pitch, swing, and a mile-high pop-up, if you pardon the pun. Daza couldn't see it, now has a beat on it and squeezes that for out number 2. He lost it for a second, BJ.
Yeah, as an outfielder, you got this high sky, You got to keep your eyes on that ball. If you lose it, it's a scary situation. But you could see the right fielder yelling. Communication is so important out there. Got to take him out to dinner after the game.
Freeland almost threw that away.
It's a lonely feeling, Peter, when you're out there and you can't find that ball.
And Crone thought as he reached for that ball, he applied the tag reaching over Austin Riley. The Rockies might take a look. And apparently they won't.
Bet you Riley's pretty happy about that.
Ozzie lined out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. The pitch. And he strokes that one toward the gap in right center field. That's going to get down. Over quickly is Grichuk, but not fast enough to keep Riley from going first to third. So the adjustment here, obvious. Hit it where it's pitched.
That's right. And that is a great sign for Mr. Albies. That ball was down and in, got his hands in, had a plan when he went up to the plate, and drove it perfectly in the right center field gap.
Marcell Ozuna is the hitter. This will be a great time for the third Atlanta hit. He's got the whole right side of the infield. When Marcel's going right, he can fill that gap. Keeping it in, and he swung over the top. Strike one.
Braves this series hitting .370 with runners in scoring position, 10 for 27. That's an improvement big time.
This is only their second at bat with a runner in scoring position in this game. Both chances have come with 2 outs. First and third, no score. The pitch.
Continuing to pound in.
Yes. And this is where Ozuna he's been good with runners in scoring position, going to right field, not trying to overswing, just gets the base hit the other way.
Freeland checks Ozzie at first, and his 1-1 pitch. Tried to hit it to right, but fought it off. Foul, 1-2. Marcell Ozuna's played 17 games at Coors Field. He's knocked in 10 runs here. He's hit a couple of homers. Lifetime .306 hitter here. He's down to his last strike. The pitch. Little dribbler that's near the line, and nice left foot volley by Kyle Freeland.
Travis d'Arnaud made a good save too, not allowing that to go in the dugout. Well done, Travis. No, it's just the small victories.
Look at that. Nicely done. Maybe the scouts for the Colorado Rapids in MLS will be looking at Kyle Freeland in the offseason. The Braves have the only hits in the game, 2 of them. 2 men aboard here in the 4th inning. Huge gap left center. Look how they shade Daza way around toward right center. And Freeland ready. And here it is. Struck him out. He chased a pitch up and out of the strike zone. And Freeland is out of trouble in the 4th inning. The Braves strand a pair. The scoreless duel continues.
And you see that purple line, that's 5,280 feet above sea level. I was told there's not going to be math in this job, but I'm going to do my best. Everybody asks, how far does the ball go here at Coors Field? Well, let me tell you, 5 to 10% further. So 5% further minimum, 10% max. What that means is if you hit a ball 400 feet, oh my goodness, That's 20 feet further at least than your normal average baseball park. But it could travel, depending upon humidor and which baseball you got, 40 feet further. That's the reason for so many home runs. And guys, I haven't even talked about altitude, the thin air, the fact that you have trouble breathing or getting saliva, which is another reason you see pitchers go into the mouth to get that grip, to get a good breaking ball. It's a totally different game here in Denver.
There's no doubt about that, Paul, but a game remarkably similar to what we saw last night so far. No score for the second straight game entering the fourth inning. Brendan Rodgers leads off. He grounded out to second his first time up. Strider could use an easy inning, guys. He threw 28 pitches in the third.
Yeah, that's for sure. Needs to limit the walks this inning.
Got that call.
Finally. He's been around that box all night long, but not getting the call from Thomason.
On the ground the other way. Ozzie dives and just can't get there. So on an 0-2 pitch, Rodgers puts it in play, and that is the first Colorado hit in the game.
That's that shift over there. You can moving him near that second base on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Good piece of hitting.
Yeah, you'd figure if the hitters are late, they're going to be hitting the ball the other way.
Yeah, right-handers.
But the Braves staying in that shift with Jonathan Daza, who struck out his first time up. He shows bunt and takes outside, ball one.
You don't see that often anymore. 99-mile-an-hour fastball thrower, and you round off a bunt.
There's a view down the left field line at Coors Field. As Spencer Strider goes back to work and paints a corner.
I think it was Segura for Phillies. Squared around for a bunt, ended up breaking his hand, right?
Broke his finger. He's out 10 to 12 weeks. For the Phillies. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another bunt try back toward us, foul. It's 1-2. As you might have heard, Joe Girardi was relieved of his duties as the Phillies manager. They won big last night. They're winning big over the Angels. 7-2 in Philadelphia today. Well, the Angels have fallen on hard times, Brian.
They got off to a great start. But they just, man, they have turned their season around the last 2 weeks. In the wrong direction.
You bet. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's just missing glove side with a lot of pitches right now. I'm not sure if he's just timing's a little out of whack in his delivery. Everything seems to be missing on that glove side.
So what's the adjustment?
Got to stay back on your back leg.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And pop foul.
A lot of it could be because there's a runner at first base. May not be the fastest runner, but you don't want to give him a free stolen base by being too slow to the plate. So he could be trying to be a little quicker towards home plate and not allowing his arm to catch up. Or maybe he's trying to get his arm too quick and he's just trying to whip that arm through at the last minute. And timing's just slightly off, as I said.
Iglesias is in the on-deck circle. The 2-2 pitch. Almost as many balls as strikes for Spencer Strider in this game. 6 full counts through the first 3 innings. Has really driven his pitch count up tonight.
And you see second time around, these guys are being patient on that curveball, waiting for the fastballs, fouling them off.
Little flare, that's going to bounce off the net.
Another slider that he seemed to take a little bit off to try and get it in the strike zone. That's been the big difference so far, that the sliders have been down in that left-handed batter's box, pulled. Almost 0-2 sliders every time he throws it.
Rogers with a short lead. The pitch. And another full count. The Rockies loaded the bases on walks in the third inning. A sensational play by Dansby Swanson robbed Ryan McMahon of a hit and at least one RBI to keep our game scoreless. Rogers singled through a big hole on an 0-2 count to start this fourth inning. See if he's running with nobody out. Nope. Pitch. Struck him out. Daza chases for the second time. Out number one in the fourth inning.
That's a really nice comeback from Spencer there. Threw a couple of good sliders last two pitches of this at bat. Taken a little bit off. Perfect location. Just close enough to the zone that I think it's going to be a strike.
And Peter, isn't that the key? It doesn't have to be a strike. It just has to look like one.
Yeah. Especially after the amount of pitches that you've been throwing that at bat.
So there's the first out. Here's Iglesias, who made a throwing error earlier. The pitch. And that missed. 1 ball, no strikes. Although his command hasn't been at its best, he's keeping the Braves in this game. But the pitch count becoming problematic. This next one will be one more than his last start. And his 73rd is belted into left field for a hit. So Iglesias has a single. The Rockies have 2 on with 1 out, and Randall Grichuk coming up.
Nice piece of hitting on this fastball. 97 down and in.
Yeah.
Dropped the head of the bat on it.
Well, the hitters are making adjustments off of Strada. Struggling with the slider, looking for that fastball.
Jesse Chavez is getting ready.
And now it goes back to what I said. You got to cheat on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball in like that.
2 on, 1 out. And off the plate. Ball 1. Tell you another weapon we haven't seen Spencer use a lot is a changeup righty-righty.
He's only thrown 3 total for the whole night. Not sure if he's not feeling comfortable with that.
Contreras trying to settle him down here. 2 balls, no strikes. 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, just 2 hits, and most importantly, no runs allowed by Spencer tonight. He's a ground ball away from getting out of this inning. Grichuk's been a good hitter with runners at second and third this year. He's way ahead in the count. Well, I would imagine, BJ, he's going to have a very small strike zone, Randall Grichuk.
Oh, no question about it. Walked his last at bat. And you could just sense Strada struggling out there to find the strike zone.
Ho-hum, nice and easy at 96.
Yeah, even you can even see right there, he took a little bit off trying to. It doesn't look like he's overthrowing the other pitches. It just seems like there's something, as I said, just a little bit out of whack mechanically that's forcing him to miss on that arm side with everything.
Be careful here. 3 balls and a strike. He's run it full.
It's the 8th full count of the night. That's too many, unfortunately. He knows it. .78 pitches with 1 out in the 4th inning.
Runners lead first and second, 1 out. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the young right-hander is ready with his payoff. He got him. What a comeback.
Wow.
Now he's an out away from pitching for complete.
Man, I cannot even begin to describe the courage that it takes to throw this pitch right here. He's been scuffling to throw this for a strike for about 3 or 4 at-bats. 3-2 count, potentially to load the bases, and you go with a slider. That shows me everything I need to know about Spencer.
That's what separates the men from the boys, doesn't it?
That's huge. Now, 1 out away from getting out of this inning, keeping this scoreless. Can't let up. Got to put the foot on the gas.
Elias Diaz, the catcher, struck out in his lone appearance. That was in the 3rd inning.
You can see Williams moving more, concentrating more middle of the plate on that first pitch, maybe trying to get him to focus more around the middle of the zone, not to be too fine.
Because he's missing so much glove side, like you said. Is that the purpose of moving so much?
Ninth place hitter. And that man on deck. Don't want to face him with trouble on the bases. 2 balls, no strikes.
This is what we call an action pitch. You want to see some action in this pitch.
Beautiful.
Again, that's not his best slider, but what that is, it's something other than a fastball that he's able to throw for a strike when he needs it. It doesn't have to be nasty. It doesn't have to get swings and misses. You can just do that. You can throw that middle. A foul ball here and there. It's still a strike.
2 balls and a strike to the catcher. Diaz, the pitch. Overcooked a fastball.
Peter, I got to tell you, if I'm a hitter, I'm sitting on his slider because he has no command of that fastball right now.
So another heavy workload inning. 28 pitches in the 3rd. He's about to throw his 25th pitch in this 4th inning. And I would guess this will be his last batter, as he's about to make his 84th for the game. 3 balls and a strike. And it's fouled off Contreras' gear. He's got it full, and the runners will be moving with 2 outs. So, Peter, what's he throwing now?
I knew you were going to do that.
Come on.
If I'm the hitter, I know what he's going to throw.
You're probably looking slider.
Yes.
At the same time, he's probably thinking that he's looking slider. So I think he could probably sneak a fastball. I would give the target in because of his misses have been that glove side so much. I would give an inside target and just bore him with the fastball.
Strider has the sign he likes through PitchCom. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runners lead. They're going to take off with the pitch. Here it is. And he lost in ball 4. And for the 2nd straight inning, the Rockies have him loaded.
And he went with the fastball. Sitter went with the curveball. He had better control, better command of that curveball. A little surprised at that pitch, Peter.
I didn't mind the pitch. I just thought that William might have set up inside to allow him more room for error with that miss.
So Charlie Blackmon is up. Blackmon has grounded out twice.
Blackmon, 4 career grand slams.
Well, there's no place to put him in a scoreless game. Strider got out of it last inning with a great defensive play behind him. Let's see what he has in store with the first pitch. That got away. Breaking toward the plate. Throw to the plate is not going to be made. A wild pitch, and the Rockies score first.
Contreras have been doing such a good job making plays on balls in the dirt the whole game. Tried to throw a changeup first pitch, bounced off the plate. Looks like it might have skid off the plate a little bit.
So the hit on the 0-2 count comes home to roost as Rogers scores the game's first run. It's 1-0 Rockies. They've got first base open, second and third for Blackman, left-hand hitter with 2 outs. On the ground to Ozzie. That came 1 pitch too late. Inning over, but the Rockies score first on a wild pitch. Spencer Strider with 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, and we go to the 5th. 1-0 Colorado.
Braves Baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by Kaiser Permanente.
Well, who would have thought Coors Field would become a pitcher's paradise? How about this in our last, 19 innings? I mean, almost no runs. It's unbelievable. Tight game last night, won by the Braves in extras. The Rockies break through on a wild pitch in the 4th inning and lead 1-0. With the lower third coming up for the Braves. Kyle Freeland has had a few base runners, but all that action has come with 2 outs. Guys, we knew we had to score 1 tonight. Well, now you got to score 2 to take a 3-0 series lead. Contreras was out at shortstop his first time up. The pitch.
How about you try and come in with a 2-0 fastball here to William and see what happens? It's been the pattern, Beach.
Yeah, if you win, all his success has been inside. Good 2 takes. Ball down and away, down in.
Nowhere near. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. 5 combined runs between the Braves and Rockies over the last 14 innings in this series.
Got to give a lot of credit to the pitchers.
Thanks, BJ.
Making it just, yeah, it's hard to say, but yeah.
There's a start. 4-pitch. Do I need to separate you two? 4-pitch walk to start the 5th inning, and Adam Duvall's coming up. First walk for Freeland. First time the Braves have put the leadoff man on tonight. Let's see what comes of that.
Always a good sign, Chip. The leadoff guy walks. Let's get this guy hot. Adam Duvall. Only 2 home runs on the year, 16 RBIs.
But as you know, he's 1 swing away from turning things around tonight. Runner at first, nobody out. And a shot headed toward the upper deck off to our right. Strike 1.
I like it, Beach. I like it. First pitch fastball down the middle. Doobie took a shot.
I would love to see him be more aggressive. He takes too many strikes to be such a powerful hitter. A guy that drives in a lot of runs.
Michael Harris waits on deck with Contreras at first. Huge hole right side for Duvall. And he scorches that one to left. There's a good start for Adam. And the Braves 2 on, nobody out. And let's see if Harris can advance the runners here.
So much a better hitter when he's aggressive. You know, forget about it. If he misses the strike zone, you're good enough to drive the ball anywhere. That ball's up in the zone, probably a ball. But he got on top of it because he has that aggressive mindset.
So 9-1-2 coming up for Atlanta. Harris the batter. He rolled out to second his first time up. That was 4 for 10 in this series with a couple of runs scored. The Rockies in at third. First baseman Crone way behind Duvall at first. You could bunt here if you want. And it's so interesting in the modern Major League National League game. The Atlanta Braves do not yet have a sacrifice bunt this year. 1 ball, no strikes. Little pop fly headed toward left. Joe has that measured up, and that won't advance the runners. Acuna's coming up with 1 out. And Ronald's our American Family Insurance Dream Fearless feature. Ronald's on a nice tear over his last 8 games.
Yeah, he's been really hot, being patient at the plate. Drove in 6 RBIs, Scored 6 runs. Look at that on-base percentage, 429.
All right, so third time through the order starts now for the Braves offense. We're in the 5th inning. Ronald's made soft contact twice and is grounded out in each of those at bats, so he's 0 for 2, trying to extend his 4-game hitting streak.
Might ambush him right here.
Took a strike.
That's the perfect time right there, Peter.
It's got to be tough, Beej. You see spin and you're expecting that ball to come in on you and it just floats in middle.
Yeah, but he can handle that pitch. You know he can drive that ball right over that right center field wall.
Beautiful night in Denver. Braves are down a skinny run in the 5th. The pitch. Way outside. Your point, Brian, about hitting the ball the other way. They've made a dramatic change to this ballpark. From the out-of-town scoreboard all the way across the right field wall to the center field hitter's background, they've put up the plexiglass shields to the left of that scoreboard. Much more difficult for right-hand hitters to hit line drive home runs the other way here.
Trying to save those pitchers out there in the bullpen.
That too. As they are within range for Ronald right here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Laid off. They're seeing him better.
Yes, they are.
But he's not had to work exceptionally hard yet.
Acuna 5 for 17 with runners in scoring position this season with 7 RBIs. Hopefully he can get 8 and 9 right here.
It's 2-2. Rockies have had the best scoring chances in the game. Bases loaded in consecutive innings. They've scored 1 run. Braves have first and second, 1 out, and the top of their order up here. Acuna facing a 2-2.
Has to get one back right here.
Not to be. Ronald swung through that. So Freeland picks a big time for his second strikeout, and it's up to Dansby if the Braves are to cash in with 2 on, nobody out. Now they're 2 men down.
Swanson crushed the ball up the middle. Last at bat, Rogers makes a great play, diving play. Love to see him go right center field gap here.
If he hits the ball right at Laz Diaz, might have a shot at an RBI. That is, unless Laz makes the play. He's on the infield grass. That's an inviting target for Dansby. Pitch. First pitch swing popped up. And Randall Grichuk is in range. He's got it. And the Braves had 2 on, nobody out, and can't advance and can't get it tied. Halfway home in game 3, Rockies hold a 1-0 lead. Beginning Tuesday night at Truist Park, our homestand features great activities and experiences like the CMT Hot Prospects pregame concert and Friday night fireworks on the 10th. Play ball weekend features stickball in the plaza on Saturday the 11th and a bat and ball kids giveaway on Sunday the 12th. Good tickets are available. Go to braves.com/tickets and bring out the family and get your summer off to a great start at Truist Park. Your thoughts on Spencer Strider tonight, Peter?
Well, I can tell you he's going to be pretty frustrated with that effort. 5 walks, lots of 3-2 counts, but you can add this to the locker of life experience or baseball experience. He can say that he's pitched at Coors and he can come back and learn next time he comes out, but it's given us a chance to win. We're in the 5th inning down by 1. Jesse Chavez in now. I like this move.
It's all a part of his learning curve. Second start of the season here at Coors, not easy.
9 full counts. The big story for Spencer in the game. And Jesse Chavez will face Connor Joe, C.J. Cron, and Ryan McMahon. As we said, as the Braves have won the first 2 games of the series, the great work by Ian Anderson and Max Fried as Braves starters has the bullpen in great shape with this game and tomorrow's game, and that, Peter, does not happen very frequently at Coors Field as a visiting club.
No, you're absolutely right. We've had games where we've had to use every reliever on back-to-back nights because of the type of games you can have here. But the shutout through 9 innings last night for both teams reset everybody.
That's over the net foul by Connor Joe, who walked twice against Spencer Strider.
I like this move, Jesse. Jesse comes lots of cut fastballs, lots of sinkers, and occasional changeup. So there's not going to be a lot of having to adapt to the amount of movement with the sliders or off-speed pitches.
Up the middle and in the shift. 1 out. Good start for Jesse. Ground ball out gets Connor Joe and C.J. Cron the batter.
That's what you like to see. What, 5 pitches there, 5 strikes.
Jesse will do that. We know that about him. And he's ready to go with C.J. Cron, who has struck out and walked so far tonight.
It's the other thing I noticed about the outing that Jesse had in Arizona. He was working so quick.
A little too far inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Cron, like so many who have made their professional way to Coors Field, has loved hitting here. Brian, you know what that's like, not as a Rocky, but as a visiting player.
Who wouldn't love hitting here? I mean, goodness.
Right off the end of the bat. Funny spin. Dansby stayed with that. That was a good play. Made it look easy. 2 outs.
Yeah, it's fun talking to EY. Yahoo was here when this thing first opened up. And that murderous row that they had.
The Blake Street Bombers.
Oh, my goodness.
Eric Young, a former Rocky. He's not the only one on Brian Snitker's staff with Colorado ties. Their former manager, Walt Weiss. He's the Braves bench coach. There's Walter. Walt managed here from 2013 to 2016. And with all those long games, all the, shall we say, pitching moves you have to make, that's why Walt's beard's so gray. The Braves very fortunate to have those guys on the staff. They do a great job. Jesse thought that was a strike.
We all did, Chip. That's the frustrating thing as a pitcher, is that you come in, you make 2 quality pitches. Pitches that have been called strikes throughout the game.
That one fouled away. And let's not forget Sal Fasano, right?
That's right.
He's a Rocky too.
Yes, he was. Sal.
You know, Sal's got a knock off me.
Really?
Reminds me every day.
On the ground into the shift again. This time Ozzie will make short work of Colorado. 3 ground ball outs. Good work by Jesse Chavez. 3, 4, and 5 for Atlanta. Good game. 1-0 Colorado the lead. Colorado leads 1-0 with Austin Riley set to work in the Atlanta 6th. Austin, guys, is tonight's Georgia Natural Gas Impact Player of the Game. He loves hitting here, but then again, who doesn't?
He loves hitting everywhere. Lately, he has been on fire. 331 batting average. Look at that, 34 RBIs. Loves the National League West. I'll take a long ball right here out of Austin Riley. Tie this game up.
He's the only Brave to reach base twice offensively, a triple and an error. But he's been left stranded at third base twice. Braves have left 3 in scoring position in the game. As Kyle Freeland, who really struggled in his last outing and has struggled at home, hasn't struggled tonight. He's given up just 3 hits. Pitch count in good shape, only 63 of them. As Austin pops this a mile high down the right field line, headed for the big crowd at Coors. And it's 0-2.
Austin's really been so consistent since about the second half of last year. Just continued to hit everywhere he goes. It's been so fun to see the development.
Yeah, you can see his struggles early where he looked a little anxious at every at bat, but now he's more relaxed. He's letting the ball get deep and trusting his hands.
And after the second inning, guys, the Braves have done a better job of spitting on that inner half pitch. It's not been a strike. 4 base runners in the last 2 innings after having 1 base runner over the first 3 innings. But nobody's touched the plate yet. Swing, high fly ball, deep left center field. That ball is gonna go. We're tied.
Look at that chip.
Just what the doctor ordered right there. 2-1 count. Talk about how relaxed Riley has been. He has 2 strikes. Just protecting. Wow.
I didn't realize all you got to do was ask for the long ball.
That's all you got to do. Hey.
What took you so long? His 5th homer against a left-handed pitcher, 14th on the year, 30 RBIs. And just like that, the Braves have tied this game on a majestic home run to center field by Austin Riley.
435, guys.
Look at the head.
And Olsen pops one behind the plate, and it's going to come back onto the warning track.
Wow. I thought that was back here with us. Look at the spin on that ball.
Yeah, I think all the hot air from the broadcast booth blew it back onto the field of play. It's a tough break for Olsen, who's 0 for 3, and Ozzie Albies the hitter. Ozzie's lined out and singled. Austin Riley having a great road trip.
Ozzie Albies, his last at bat, good approach. Drove the ball in the right center field gap. Got his hands in.
Hit a line drive over Las Diaz's head. Second base umpire. Not with that pitch. Ball 2.
I'm going to get greedy. You asked for one last time. It's been a while since I've seen Ozzie hit a ball full swing, lift and separate, left center gap. Fastball, 2-0 count. Fastball in here. Cheat a little bit.
He did, and pulled it foul.
That was way in. It's just amazing how he got his hands in that far and drove it. Man.
It's been a while since Ozzie's hit a home run. 37 games and counting. Be nice to see him end that here in Colorado. Ozzie Albies has 6 career RBIs in this ballpark, 5 home runs in this ballpark. He's down to his last strike after the Riley home run. And the pitch. Hit in the air toward Grichuk and right. But at the 375 sign, he has room for out number 2.
Mustn't have heard me. I said left center gap. He was trying to go right center. That was the problem.
And Ozuna the batter. Marcel is 0 for 2.
Third time around. Hopefully Ozuna knows he's trying to go in on him. If he can barrel one up and pull it over that left field wall.
Freeland delivers and missed outside. Ball 1.
Ozuna's been showing glimpses as well. I remember he hit that ball in Milwaukee. A couple of balls he's been roasting.
On the ground into the shift. Rogers on the third base side. A second makes the play, and that retires the side. But Austin Riley brings the Braves back. A towering solo home run to center field in Colorado. His 14th of the year. Yeah, the Braves like it. They're even, 1 apiece. BI in 7 games at Coors Field has the game tied 1 apiece. Jesse Chavez back to work with Brendan Rodgers, Jonathan Daza, and Iglesias in the Rockies' 6th inning. We're tied 1 apiece. Braves out hit them 4-2. And a dribbler hit to Riley. Second hop, charges, gloves, grabs, guns, and got his man for out number 1. 4 hitters up, 4 ground ball outs for the Braves right-hander Jesse Chavez.
Jesse just doing what he continues to do. It's done since he's come over from Chicago this year. Just been so good for us and so good continuing what he did in the Braves uni last year. But a great play by Austin there.
You know, we're getting used to Austin making those plays. I mean, just so smooth. You see him out here early working with Ron Washington, getting that glove out in front. Man, terrific play.
I've used the comparison several times, and for older fans who might remember the Angels and remember this man played for the Braves for a year, he physically reminds me so much of Troy Gloss.
Yeah.
Similar body.
Yep.
Austin Riley's a big man, but he has the mobility and the flexibility of Scott Rowland. I think that's
a great comparison.
And there's really not a play that Austin cannot make defensively at third base. The barehanded play, the charging play, the diving play to his left or right. And yes, I know he's had a few errors here and there this year. But when you think of the plays he has made.
And just think, they were putting him in the outfield. He had to continue to prove himself, and now I think it's not even a question.
This one a high hopper and makes the head high grab and another throw to first. And that's out number 2.
I'd love to see Jesse go and give Austin a minute here. You know, 2 quick plays. We said to exert himself a little bit. Do the old pitchers thing. Go over and say, you got your breath, my friend. They're athletes though, right, BJ?
Athletes.
And if somebody in the dugout tells him with 2 strikes to shift on Iglesias and run to right field, he might tell somebody to stick it. Iglesias has one of the 2 Colorado hits that came in the 4th inning.
Look at Chavi.
The Rockies have let the Braves hang around in this game. Bases loaded in the 3rd and 4th innings. They've gotten 1 run out of it, and that was a gift on a wild pitch. Riley's homer has evened the score. He's halfway to the cycle with a triple and long ball tonight. And a strike.
You can look at it this way, Strada. Defense was not so great in Arizona for him. Tonight he didn't have his best stuff, but the defense picked him up.
Yeah, let's not forget the play by Dansby Swanson to save at least 1 run. That ended the Colorado threat in the 3rd inning. This one on the ground. It hit off the slope of the mound, and a friendly hop for Ozzie. And Jesse Chavez, 6 outs on 6 ground balls and just 21 pitches. He's looking terrific. Braves go back to work in the 7th. Thank you, Trevor. That's the 10th straight loss for the Angels, by the way. Phillies have won 2 in a row with Rob Thompson as their new manager after dismissing Joe Girardi. William Contreras leads off for the Braves. Let's see if Atlanta can start another rally. They've had the leadoff man on in each of the last 2 innings. A 5th inning walk and then the Riley homer in the 6th. Contreras earned that base on balls and is up for the 3rd time tonight. Straightaway center, pretty deep, but not deep enough. Daza will have plenty of room. There's out number 1. And Adam Duvall, the hitter, he's 1 for 2. Braves trying to win their 4th straight game. If they win tonight, they'll get back to 500. They're trying to take advantage of a slumping Colorado club while the Mets are in Los Angeles playing the Dodgers. The Dodgers lead New York 4-1 tonight behind Walker Buehler. That game's in the 3rd inning. As you know, the Braves in a stretch of 17 straight games without an off day. They're 9-6 in that stretch. And are 9-6 in this stretch of 29 straight games against teams with losing records. So the Braves starting to hit their stride, as Brian Snitker said before the game today, talking with us about all these close games that they've been playing. He thinks it's a good thing because as they continue to happen, it won't not phase the team, but it'll be just part of the design of a Major League Baseball season. And with his bullpen, with his starting staff, Things are quite obviously trending in the right direction over the last month. Duvall way ahead in the count, 3-0. And threw the bat away. Thought that was ball 4, but it clipped the inside corner.
Oh, you don't want to do that as a hitter. Those umpires take that personally. The ball right on the borderline. You got to apologize right there, Peter.
Peter said no. The pitch. Scorched and on the line to third. Right at McMahon, 2 outs.
Something we got so used to seeing from this team is the ability to add on runs late against bullpens, but Kyle Freeland's been so good, so efficient so far. Even when he gets behind, he's able to throw something that...
He got away with that pitch. That was the same pitch he threw to Riley, and Riley took him 435 out straightaway center field. Good swing by Duvall. He hit it hard.
Michael Harris is 0 for 2. They give him the third base line here with 2 outs, and he takes a strike. When we finish up this top of the 7th inning, we'll send you to the stretch presented by Georgia Natural Gas. As you just heard, Trevor and Nick are standing by in Atlanta. Another good ball game in Denver. Another pitcher's duel. We wondered what we'd see in game 3. As Harris almost hit that one in the left field corner. 0-2. Big crowd tonight, over 41,000. 41,054 to be exact. Rockies a great regional draw, as are the Braves, the reigning world champions. That man got us even, 1-1. As Freeland goes back to work. The pitch. A hot shot headed for right field. That's a base hit. That's going to roll to the wall. And Harris on his way to second, and he'll slide in with a 2-out double. That brings Ronald to the plate with a chance for serious damage. Another hit for Harris. His 5th hit of the series, guys.
Nice piece of hitting there. 0-2 count. Now you're sitting there trying to protect. He throws you another pitch inside, and watch him just turn on it. Excellent job. And look at the speed. Once that ball got by him, see you later.
So the Braves are looking for their first hit tonight with a runner in scoring position. With Harris's speed, a single figures to put the Braves in front. Ronald tonight is 0 for 3. He's hit 2 ground outs and has struck out. He tried to hit that to Colorado Springs and came up empty. Strike 1.
Looks like something is deceiving to Ron. I don't see him often missing those fastballs like that. Must be something in his delivery.
Yeah, especially if he's made the decision to swing. It's almost something close. You don't see him miss a lot of the time.
The Rockies bullpen is busy as Freeland turns it loose and almost hit him inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tyler Kinley, who's been terrific in relief, is up first in the Rockies bullpen. All he needs a hit, Ronald. The 1-1 pitch. Off his thumbs and back to the net. Colin McHugh, a former Rocky, is up in the Braves bullpen. Who would have thunk it? A 0-0 game last night after 9. We've got a 1-1 game here in the 7th inning. In our 3rd of 4. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harris leads. The pitch. That looked like a Coors Field curveball.
That's the effect. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me a lot of times. The ball just somehow rolls out the back of your hand or slips out the back of your hand here, and then because of the amount of spin you're not able to generate, you're never going to get it to come back. A lot of arm side misses with breaking balls in Colorado.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And Acuna swings and misses on the inner half. And the Harris double goes for naught in the 7th inning. We are still tied 1-1 in game 3. Trevor and Nick take it away with the stretch back in Atlanta. Of the night for the Braves. Can't do any better than Jesse Chavez, can you? Jesse went 2 innings, 6 ground ball outs in 2 perfect frames. And Colin McHugh's not been too shabby either over his last 9 appearances. And he will start the Rockies 7th with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Grichuk, Diaz, and Charlie Blackmon. 1-1 in game 3.
Colin seems to be getting a lot more comfortable with the cutter-slider combination, mixing in a couple of slow curveballs too lately.
Colin was briefly a Rocky back in 2013, so he knows all about pitching at Coors Field. His last 2 appearances were in Arizona. He combined to pitch 3 innings of 1 hit, 2 strikeout relief. And as you suggested, Peter, here's the pitch to Grichuk. That's on a line right to Harris, and he'll retreat a step or 2. Something that Brian Snitker and Rick Kranitz agreed with you on. The pitching of the Braves in Arizona before Colorado, they think has been beneficial. Maybe they're right. Yeah, maybe you are too.
I think even just being able to play catch for those 3 days leading up to this series to get a feel for what the drier air will do to your release and how to use the supplied rosin and stick them or saliva properly in these sorts of altitudes.
Watch out, Peter. Stick them.
I just said the wrong word.
You're suspended officially, just so you know. But it is an adjustment, obviously. We've talked about that a lot. But Arizona's a great hitter's park, too. No humidity there. At altitude, not as high as Colorado. And you can't complain at all about how the Braves have pitched in this series.
That was a really good curveball there to Diaz. That wasn't even close.
The 0-2 pitch. Contreras held it there, didn't get the call. No tie, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
My first spring training here with the Dodgers in 13 was when I really got a chance to experience the difference between humidity and not humidity, because we only traveled here for limited times.
Swing and a miss. Look at McHugh pull a string. And the Braves have retired 9 straight Colorado hitters. Strider, Chavez, and now Colin McHugh has 2 up, 2 down.
Just a great slider. What he does is he throws 2 pitches with similar spin, and one breaks like this slider right here, and the other one's more of a cut fastball that moves just a little bit. But again, the decision has to be made so early on, and that once the ball's released, whether it's going to be that slider or a cutter, and it makes him so effective.
Let me ask you about horizontal versus vertical movement in this era of baseball, Peter. With the launch angle, I don't know if up and down movement is as beneficial as side to side anymore.
There was a period where it felt like the sinkers were leaving the game because of that very reason, and guys were trying to get more of that downward bite on that slider instead of the side to side, as you said. But I feel like the sinker's coming back, and I feel like those depth sliders are also making a comeback.
That's yanked foul. And the danger of that, obviously, in a situation like this, how many times have we said it about a left-hand hitter? You throw it down and in, all they have to do is drop the head of the bat. So a couple of weapons for Colin McHugh if he wants to cut it on the hands, or as you said, back foot the Colorado DH Charlie Blackmon, who's rounded out to second 3 times. And he's going to pop up to second this time. Ozzie says he has it, backpedaling, and he puts it away. And Colin McHugh with a 3-up, 3-down 7th. Swanson, Riley, and Olsen are coming up, looking to break a tie in game 3. The Braves will have their 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up in the 8th inning as we check out our T-Mobile coverage cam. T-Mobile gives you the best coverage in the game. Braves fans have come from all over the Mountain Time Zone to see the world champs in this series. And the right guys are coming up against a tough hombre, right-hander Tyler Kinley, who has a microscopic ERA, is on in relief of Kyle Freeland, who gave up 5 hits, the Riley homer, over 7 innings.
Look at that. Yeah, here at Coors Field too. 21 innings, .86 ERA, only 5 walks. I think that's the key. 23 punch-outs. 14 career games against Atlanta, a 3.31 ERA and a 110 whip.
And for those of you who don't know what whip is, it's not a dairy topping. It's walks and hits per inning pitched.
It's a really good idea to see how a pitcher is limiting base runners. It's a good chance to, it's a number that I paid a lot of attention to.
Dansby's 0 for 3 tonight. Let's see what he can do to start the frame. 1-1 your score. Great ball game. Game 3 of 4. One more tomorrow. The pitch. And that's downstairs. 1 ball. No strikes.
Pretty much a 50-50 mix here from Kinley with a 4-seam fastball and a slider. Hopefully we can guess right a couple of times here, BJ.
Say, he's a 2-pitch guy. Got to pick one or the other.
.96 and fouled away by the Braves shortstop. In a 1-1 game, he has made the biggest defensive play of the night for either club. That diving stop to Rob McMahon of a hit with the bases loaded in the 3rd. That kept the game scoreless. Colorado scored a run in the 4th on a wild pitch. Austin Riley hit a home run, and here we are in the 8th inning.
What was that pitch? 90?
That's a slider. That's his
the
slider.
slider?
Yeah.
Man, I thought that was a split or something.
Kinley comes set with his 1-2 pitch. And when Dansby's going hot, that's a pitch he just looks at, doesn't even try to swing at. If he goes out there again, Swanson has a ton of room down the first base line and lots of room between Crone and the second base bag. Count even 2-2. Didn't get it. Swing and a miss. 1 out in the 8th. So Austin Riley has had a perfect night at the plate in that he's reached base 3 times, once via error. And this is the best of all possible outcomes, guys. It came in the 6th inning.
Yeah, I got a slider coming back across the middle of the plate. He did not miss it, folks. Man, 435 feet. That's a long way, Peter.
That's our StatCast 3D presented by Google Cloud. See what Riley can do here with the bases empty, 1 out. Power versus power. And he tried to hit it out again and fouled it back.
Boy, you can really see what makes Kinley so tough. Threw a 90-mile-an-hour slider with a bit of right-left movement. And then the last one to Danzig was a 92-mile-an-hour slider that just went straight down.
He does a great job keeping the ball down in the zone, too.
The Braves have out hit him 5-2 tonight, but we're tied 1 apiece. The pitch. Taken low.
Everything is down.
Yeah.
With Freeland too, you notice that he didn't. The philosophy change has been league-wide to elevate and work on 4-seam fastballs. That surely wouldn't work too well in Coors Field. So maybe they've learnt that the old between the knees, sinkers down, sliders down, keep the ball on the ground in Coors.
Yeah, Freeland did a pretty good job of that. I had him with 8 ground ball outs. And I haven't seen one of those go over a fence yet. So whether it's at altitude or in a bandbox like Baltimore or Wrigley Field, that's a recipe for success.
Right.
And that's the only run he's given up tonight. Kinley behind Riley, 2 balls and a strike. Matt Olson's next. Colorado can read a scouting report, and Colorado can believe what their eyes are telling them. A hot hitter's in the box, and they are pitching Riley extremely carefully with a triple and a homer tonight.
And I think Riley got a chance to see all his pitches right now. And also see that he's down in the zone. Very patient, taking a couple of close pitches. Oh, just missed that one. But again, down in the zone.
So Kinley's back in the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The Braves' 2, 3, 4 hitters are up in the 8th. Colorado's 2, 3, 4 hitters will be up next. Be nice to get a lead. Line drive and caught by Rogers in the shift. Another bullet hit by Austin Riley. The Braves want to make sure this ball wasn't trapped.
Oh, it bounced. Trapped.
Oh man, did he get the glove underneath? Doesn't look like the Braves are going to challenge it. Or are they? Maybe Brian Snitker's going to come out and ask Laz Diaz. It was a big moment in the game. Number 1 and number 2. It forces Kinley to stand around for a few minutes before Matt Olson comes up. If Rogers got the glove under, it was by the slimmest of margins. Oh, looks like it hit dirt.
Yeah.
Is that not reviewable because of the out call on the field? If he
should be able to challenge that. I'm not getting that.
So a tough break. Laz Diaz rings up Austin Riley, and now Matt Olson, the hitter, with a shift on. Matt is 0 for 3.
It's pretty confusing as a former player, knowing what is reviewable and what's not reviewable, because eventually some play that's not reviewable is going to come back and cause us to lose a game too.
1 ball, 1 strike.
I understand they want to prioritize the ones that are so blatant, but at the same time,
well, I thought after the 7th inning, you almost had to review it.
Well, according to MLB.com, the plays that are reviewable: home run calls, non-homer boundary calls. Where's the pitch? Smoked into right field. That's down for a base hit, and a tricky hop is handled by Grichuk. So instead of first and second or first and third, you've got a man aboard with 2 outs. Fair and foul calls, force tag calls, catch plays in the outfield, base running calls, hit by pitch, plays at the plate, tags, runner placement, and interference on double plays.
So catches in the infield are different to catches in the outfield somehow?
Apparently so.
Okay. Well, it's not going to matter when Ozzie goes deep to right center here.
That would be nice. It's been 37 games between homers for Albies. Kinley delivers, and downstairs, ball 1. Catch, no catch on the infield is non-reviewable. And I guess that's what's frustrating about the replay system. This is not a knock on the umpires. If the goal is to get all the calls right, then shouldn't every close call be reviewable?
Yeah, especially after the 7th inning.
So Rogers with a short hop snag takes care of Riley. Olson singles to right. Ozzie ahead in the count, batting left-handed now. We're in the 8th inning. On the ground, Crone dives to his right, scrambles to the bag, and the Braves are out of luck in inning number 8. Kinley keeps his good work going. C.J. Crone due second in a tie game at 1. A chance with Austin Riley, but a trap play at second base was called and out. It's our All-State Mayhem moment of the game.
Now, looking back, I'm not so sure that if Laz calls this no catch, that he's not able to come up and make the play and get Austin out anyway. It's just the fact that it was a play that was called out that clearly bounced is a little frustrating.
A strike to Connor Joe, and that's, I guess, another reason why that play shouldn't or couldn't be reviewed, because if you put Riley at first, the Rockies go crazy because they say, well, he would have gotten up and thrown him out.
I'm not sure if he'd have thrown him out.
Well, that's the problem. You don't know.
Austin got out of that box really quick.
And with the way the Rockies infield defense has played this year, he might have thrown it in the Colorado dugout. And in fairness to Laz Diaz, he doesn't have the benefit of review. We had to look at it 2 or 3 times to be sure ourselves that the ball skipped off the dirt. So Colin McHugh back to work, almost hit Connor Joe. That one slipped out of his hand. 3 balls and a strike. Joe's walked twice. He's grounded out once. Can't put anybody on in a 1-1 game via a base on balls here. The Braves have done that a lot. 5 walks from Spencer Strider. And he gave up just 1 run. The pitch in for a strike. Swing and a miss. He came back to get him. Man, oh man, has Jesse Chavez and Colin McHugh dazzled so far tonight. Second strikeout, 1 out. C.J. Cron, the batter, before McHugh faces him. Here's a quick word from Zaxby's.
It's the new Signature Club with bacon and cheese, remixed by Zaxby's.
Cron 0 for 2 with a walk. That's driven a long way down the right field line and curling foul.
You said it, Chip. Chavi and Colin have been so efficient. Strike 1. Chavez 6 ground balls. Colin McHugh's picked up right where he left off.
Chavez only 21 pitches in those 2 innings.
6 ground ball outs.
It's like a dream for me.
Right. Riley hugs the line at third as McHugh turns it loose and got the outside edge. The old down and away strike. You mentioned your old friend Leo Mazzoni.
That's right.
Not much a hitter can do with that. Two balls, 2 strikes. That's back our way. The pitch. Had him off stride. Another pop fly in the exact same spot.
Don't want to make a mistake to this guy. I watched him in batting practice. When you talk about some bombs.
Swing and a miss. Off speed pitch takes care of Cron on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. 2 away.
Another beautiful pitch.
Yeah.
Slider here. Looks like a fastball the whole way and dives away. Misses the bat completely.
Took a lot off of that pitch, too.
Great pitch.
Well, Will Smith was warming up, and with Ryan McMahon coming up, Colin McHugh will get a big pat on the back. An inning and 2/3 of perfect relief. It'll be Will Smith versus McMahon with 2 outs in the Colorado 8th. Lit up though for the second straight game. We're tied 1 apiece. In the bottom of the 8th inning, Will Smith is on to face Ryan McMahon. Will Smith has plenty of experience pitching against the Colorado Rockies, and he's had very good luck against them.
Look at that, 27 games versus Colorado, a 1.40 ERA, and again, a .86 whip.
That's
a lot of success here. Yeah. I like this move. McMahon's got a lot of pop. I prefer the lefty-lefty matchup here.
McMahon is 0 for 3. Remember, he was the guy robbed by Dansby. With the bases loaded, McMahon, .220 hitter against left-handed pitching. 13 strikeouts in 50 at-bats. Braves have a big shift on for the Colorado third baseman. And a slow curve in for a strike.
How big was Chavez and McHugh? 3 2/3 inning, no hits, 3 strikeouts. How huge is that with Strada being your starter?
Well, it goes back to what we said last night and the night before. Helped set this up for the Braves. Everybody in the bullpen is fresh as a daisy.
Yeah, every 5th day, if you're going to get 4 or 5 out of Strada, and you can cover the next 3 innings with Chavez and whoever else, Colin McHugh comes out, whoever else comes out.
That had the top quadrant of the strike zone. Smith didn't get the call. 2-1.
The question was asked, you know, with Strider coming out of the bullpen and in the starting rotation, who's going to pick up the slack? I think we've answered those questions.
At least for tonight, as McMahon awaits 2-1. Didn't chase that. Ball 3. Rogers waits on deck. This is the man that Snit wants Will Smith to get. Doesn't want to face Rogers with a man on here in the 8th inning. 3 balls, 1 strike, base is empty. 2 pitches in the top corners of the zone. Smith got neither of them, and McMahon walks with 2 out. So that is the first Colorado base runner since the 4th inning of this game. And Rogers is coming up. He's the only man to touch the plate for the Rockies tonight. He singled in the 4th inning on an 0-2 pitch and scored on a wild pitch for the lone Rockies run in the 4th inning.
Will's going to be frustrated with himself after that walk, but still got a chance to get out of this, and he's got to bear down, make some pitches now against Rogers.
Will's talking to himself. 6 pitches, 1 strike. That's a little more like it. Even count. One more strike, Will, and we head to the 9th.
Two sliders. He looked bad on them. Do you come back with it, Peter?
I throw it until he can hit it. Yeah, that's what. And you look at how the infield's set up. They're obviously trying to get him to swing on something down and in.
Keep it down in the zone, though.
Check of the runner at first. Here it is. That one too far inside. And now it's 2-2. Colorado Rockies have 2 hits in this game. 2. Austin Riley has 2 by himself for the Braves. Riley's homer, the lone Atlanta run. Smith trying to keep it tied at 1 apiece. Runner goes. Good jump. And he went around a swing and a miss. And Will Smith takes care of Rogers. We go to the 9th inning in Game 3. What a big league ball game. 1-1 is your score.
Landmark.
Take me out to the Giants. Take me out for a car. The Giants selection is something to see.
Well, that doesn't get you fired up for the 9th inning. Not much will. Daniel Bard is on in a 1-1 game. He's the Colorado closer. Bard pitched last night. Walked a man, struck out a man in an inning, and that's one thing you have to keep in mind. If you let him, he can work some deep counts, and the Braves need a couple base runners to put some pressure on him and get the lineup card flipped back to the top.
That's right. He's been really good since he's come over to Colorado. And another comeback story, not unlike our very own Tyler Matzik. Was a phenom with the Red Sox when he first came up.
Right man, right place. Ozuna. It's time for a long ball.
Bard gets ahead with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Marcel 0 for 3 tonight. He's trying to extend his hitting streak to 7 games. He's hit 2 homers in his last 6. Big shift on for him, and a fly ball hit toward left center, but Daza is there for out number 1. Contreras is the hitter, 0 for 2 with a walk.
Sounded like Ozuna's bat broke on that swing.
Bard has been a guy that's kind of been on the John Smoltz trajectory, but a starter, a reliever, was with the Boston Red Sox in the minor leagues, then bounced around with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different teams before attempting his comeback with Colorado. Swing and a miss. Made the opening day roster in the COVID season in 2020. His first major league game in 7 years. And now he's their closer. What an amazing story. You're right. The Matzik path, the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Contreras didn't get that. Well, that little pause looks like it gives right-hand hitters, BJ, a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and then you throw a nasty slider like that. 3 of them, by the way, to Contreras. Yep, that's the timing thing. You deceiving athletic pitchers get those hitters every time.
Adam Duvall is the hitter. Adams 1 for 3 against this man. And he's 1 for 3 tonight with a solid single to left. 1 ball, no strikes.
Duvall is a good off-speed hitter. I hope he sees some of these curveballs and get one.
He has about 10 acres to play with between the left fielder and center fielder for Colorado. Shift on the infield left side, and he didn't get that. Top of the zone, 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's that upshoot sinker that he throws up and into right-handed hitters.
Well, that's just a setup right now for that curveball that's coming back.
Explosive.
Bard has the hitter where he wants him right now. He throw that nasty sinker, then the slider away. Now, as a hitter, you're sitting there like, well, is he going to come with the slider? Is he going to throw that sinker and break my back?
We're about to find out. The 1-2 pitch.
Same pitch. Great job by Adam to hold up on that one.
Oof, I don't know how he did it. That's too close to take.
Third choice for Bard. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called, and that will send us to the bottom of the 9th inning. Daza, Iglesias, and Grichuk are due. We're tied 1 apiece. For the Braves tonight, the 5th man to work. Spencer Strider went 4. Jesse Chavez 2 perfect. Colin McHugh an inning and 2/3 perfect. Will Smith walked a man, struck out a man, and now Darren O'Day looks to make it 5 innings and no career earned runs against Colorado. He'll have the bottom part, Peter, of their order coming up.
Yeah, the season numbers this year: 15 games, a 4.26 ERA, but he's looked really nice the last couple of times out. He's been able to throw that 4-seam fastball right at the top of the zone, getting some swings and misses from right and left-handed hitters. Look for him to continue to do the same thing tonight.
This is Peter's kind of pitcher.
Ooh, yeah.
And he will face Jonathan Daza, who is 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Wow, where was that?
Oh, man.
Wow, that is a strike. Top of the zone.
Two balls, no strikes.
Might be the make-up call there, I think.
But you pitchers are saying it should be 1-2, not 2-1. See if O'Day can come back and get the Colorado center fielder here in a 1-1 game. Took a little off. Daza lost his helmet. It's now 2-2. And in games like this, there is nothing better than the confidence you have with a bullpen like the Braves in the way they have performed tonight. 4 innings of hitless ball. Now the 2-2. Struck him out. Daza is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and there's out number 1 in the 9th inning. And before Iglesias comes up, here's a quick word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Iglesias has 1 of the 2 Colorado hits. They both came in the 4th inning tonight. And the right-hand hitter flinching with that pitch. Strike 1.
And that's the exact pinch that makes him so effective. It's that I wish I knew how he did it, but he grips it with 4 seams and just slides that middle finger underneath it and just has that, doesn't ever come back down. It doesn't sink back down like my ball did that all the time.
That's out of play upper deck. And look, it's not a rising ball, but it's the effect of gravity's not as dramatic.
Yeah, it's a lot of the times when you see a guy drop down like this, the natural ball movement is for it to come back a little bit, sink, whether it's 2 seams or 4 seams, you're always going to get that arm side run. He has the ability to cut that run and have it stay true all the way to the top of the zone. Another sidearm guy that's elevating the baseball, which is something that I really couldn't do, and it's the reason why I'm up here gracing you all with my wonderful pipes.
You couldn't have said that any better. Yes, Iglesias Fought off an 0-2 pitch. He'll see another one here from Darren O'Day. His 9th of the inning. Here it is. Little pop. Ozzie retreats. Backpedaling. Has the range and has the baseball. 2 outs. O'Day trying to make it 5 innings of hitless relief. When we get to the 10th, Harris, Acuna, Swanson, and Riley are lurking.
Tell you what, if you'd have bet me that only 2 runs would be scored in 18 innings here, I would say you're crazy.
Here's the other factor too. They played a lot of big scoring games leading to us coming in. So their bullpen is well used.
They've used 2 men tonight. Kinley and Bard, who have pitched 2 scoreless frames. They do have action in their pen again. As O'Day has gotten ahead. Alex Colomé is up. No balls and a strike.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him throw that slider again here after missing so badly.
On the ground, foul at third. That's why you guard the line. And now Darren's a strike away from sending us to extra innings for the 2nd straight day.
Now that you've established you can throw that for a strike again, he's got his 2 pitches that he can work with, and Randall's not going to know what's coming.
One ball, 2 strikes. He struck him out. What an inning for Darren O'Day. 5 scoreless innings for the Braves relief corps. 5 hitless innings for the Braves relief corps. To the 10th we go. Harris, Acuna, Swanson, and more to follow, we hope, in a 1-1 game after 9. Jordan, Peter Moylan, Chip Carey with you. Game 3, Braves and Rockies. Atlanta trying to win its 4th straight. They will take aim at Alex Colomé. He hasn't given up a run, or an earned run I should say, in his last 7 innings. Don't forget the extra inning rules are in effect now. The last out in the 9th inning will be placed at second base. That means Adam Duvall will be in scoring position for Harris, Acuna, and Dansby Swanson. Braves took full advantage of the extra inning rules last night when Matt Olson drove home 2 with a run scoring hit. So we'll see how the Braves play it here with Harris. Michael doubled his last time up, so he's 1 for 3. Harris done a nice job.
Mike Harris did a great job driving that double down the right field line. I would love to see that exact same pitch and result.
Michael, with his base hit in the 7th inning tonight, now has a 5-game hitting streak. They are in at the third base bag as Colomé missed outside. You guys talked about it earlier on the road trip. His takes are a lot better now, aren't they?
Yeah. And like I told you, man, when you first come up, you're so anxious. You just want to put the ball in play. And we saw that out of him, just reaching out there, soft contact. But now he's starting to settle in, sit back, and drive the ball.
That's going to get the runner to third. Might be more than that as the ball bobbled by Crone. First and third, nobody out.
And that's exactly what speed does for you. Put the ball in play. You got everybody scrambling over there to try to get that ball.
We'll see how this is scored. Rockies have already made 1 error in the game.
This has to be a base hit. Yep, base hit.
So a 2-hit game for Harris. Now you got to score a run. Ronald is 0 for 4. Fly ball gets you the lead. A gapper might get you a lot more than that. Acuna has struck out his last 2 times, and listen to all the Braves fans.
Wow. I feel like we're in Truist Park.
Acuna's never faced Colomé before. The pitch. Fly ball curling down the line and into the seat. Strike 1.
Good approach. I like that.
Yep. Ambushing.
The Braves won their first extra inning game of the year last night. For a club that's on a streak, let's make it 2 in a row in extras if we can. It's all set up for him with Duvall at third, Harris at first. I wonder if Michael will think about running. He's got a good lead. The pitch. Good take, even count. Problem with running is Diaz behind the plate has a very strong arm. First and third, nobody out. Out away, and Acuna down to his last strike.
Obviously, our last extra inning games was a win, so it's fresh in my memory. But the more that I see it played, it forces the action, especially in a game like tonight where it was 1-1 for the. We could end up going 17 innings at 1-1. At least this way, we get a little action straight away.
I love the rule.
It's great theater unless you're a relief pitcher.
Sure.
Right?
And I think that's why you start a guy second, to save the bullpen. You want to see the game over in the 10th, 11th.
Long check of Harris at first, who edges off another step at the bag. The pitch. Ronald, fly ball toward right field. That ball is going to be caught shy of the track. Duvall will tag and score. Acuna puts us in front with a sac fly.
Great at bat right there. 2 strikes. You know you want to put the ball in play somehow. Good pitch on the outer half of the plate. Ronald just goes right with it. Big time sack.
It's an unearned run, but now all the pressure in the world swings to the Rockies, who will have the same rule when they hit, but they've got to score or the game's over. So Atlanta leads 2-1. Good at bat by Acuna, his 12th RBI. Now Dansby the hitter. He's got a 7-game hit streak that he needs to keep alive here. Harris at first. Big hole on the right side. And he just did get back.
Yeah, he was caught him leaning, yes. I was just about to say, it's time to steal the base.
Michael's getting all of the firsts out of the way on this road trip. He's not yet tried to steal a base as a major league player. He'd love to get into scoring position for Swanson and Riley here. Big shift on as Dansby awaits his first pitch.
Speed on the base paths. BJ, former closer. Back with Tampa Bay. Alex Colomé, not exactly the quickest to the plate. Kind of like Kenley. He's really got to focus on being quick.
Fouled at the plate by the Braves shortstop. It's 0-1. The longer this game goes, the more and more you cannot help but think about the play Dansby made at shortstop in the Colorado 3rd inning. He saved at least 1 run with the bases loaded. Braves got a Riley homer in the 6th to tie it up. They've taken the lead on an Acuna sac fly in the 10th. against Colomé. Well, that ball looks like it has a parachute, doesn't it? It dropped out of sight. Dansby's down to his last strike.
This is where Dansby's been real good with 2 strikes, especially with the whole right side open right there. Put the ball in play.
Hope he tries to trick him with a fastball, because you know we can get to that.
No balls, 2 strikes. Nice stop by Diaz. The Braves win. They get back to 500 for the first time since the 10th game of the year. And A.J. Minter is up in the bullpen, not Kenley Jansen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another half step at first for Michael, and draws another throw.
Dansby's been so good in these situations, getting his hands in, driving it the other way with 2 strikes. Perfect time to do it.
1 ball, 2 strikes now. And he just did get a piece of that. Everything from Colomé, down, down, down. And the Rockies now shift Daza more toward the right center field gap. Maybe that's a clue as to how they'll pitch Dansby here. We shall see. Good battle with the Braves shortstop and the Rockies right-hander. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Everything down and away that time. Down and in, and Dansby couldn't connect. And the Braves are down to their last out in the 10th inning, and Austin Riley the hitter.
Good strategy all day long, going into righties.
Well, the Braves have the right guy up. He's had the best night at the plate. Austin Riley, triple, homer, reached on an air and hit that sinking line drive to Rogers that hit the dirt, but it was a non-reviewable play and ruled a line out. So Austin's 2 for 4 in the game. Outfield straightens up for Riley and plays very deep. Golfed out of play to the right side, second deck, strike 1. Nobody said a big league game was easy. Nobody said hitting even in a hitter-friendly park is easy. This has been a pitching-dominated series the last 2 nights after the Braves frolicked in game 1. Braves lead 2-1 in the 10th. High fly ball headed for the right field corner. Grichuk going back up against the wall. He's got just enough room, and that will retire the side. So Atlanta gets the go-ahead run on an Acuna sacrifice fly. 3 outs to get for a 3-0 series start. So the Braves will turn the ball over to A.J. Minter. The Rockies will have Grichuk placed at second, then the 9-1 and 2 hitters coming up for Colorado, and Peter, One reason why the Braves won last night was this guy in relief.
Well, you want to talk about bullpen depth. Kenley Jansen has a day off, so you bring in A.J. Minter, who, as you said, Chip, last night was as good as I've seen him. Fastball command was locked in. The changeup was really good against right-handed hitters, and that cutter that he's relied on throughout his whole career was a weapon.
Look, we said at the beginning of the year, we got 4 closers down there when Magic's healthy.
So Elias Diaz, the catcher, the 9th place hitter, is coming up. Blackman and Connor Joe will follow. Olsen pinches in on the grass at first. The pitch is way high. Ball 1. How dominant has Atlanta's pitching been? Over the last 19 innings in this series, they've allowed 1 run on a hit. The Rockies' run tonight came on a wild pitch. Diaz tonight has struck out twice and walked once. Good lead at second for Grichuk. 2-1 Atlanta. We hope a very happy Braves Live postgame presented by Xfinity will follow us after the bottom of the 10th. Two balls, no strikes to the 9th place hitter. Lined over the netting and into the second deck.
See, that tells me he's looking for something, maybe that changeup that he used so effective last night, to foul a cutter that's only 90 miles an hour off when he's got 97.
He's been late all day, every swing. Granted, it's Strada throwing 99, but to be late on that pitch, like you said, Peter, he's looking for off speed.
Contreras to a knee as Minter fakes towards second. I checked the box score for last night. Kenley Jansen, 1 inning, 1 hit, and an unearned run. He threw 14 pitches with a couple of strikeouts. So it's Minter tonight. One we presume Kenley tomorrow if the Braves have a chance to save that game. That was a filthy pitch. 2-2.
We talk about the recovery that it takes here in Colorado with the altitude. Maybe it's just a case of, like the Braves not taking BP today. It's a smart decision. You know, you've taken the first 2 games. You've been hitting the ball well. Take an hour and a half down. Get your feet under you.
Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch.
I must say, Diaz, every at bat has seen a 3-2 count. The 9th hitter.
Well, 2 of them worked out just fine. He struck out. He's also walked. You got Blackman waiting on deck. Minter ready with a payoff pitch. Grichuk at second. Nobody out. On the ground, a base hit. Grichuk around third. Acuna loads up. He'll have no play. The game is tied. RBI for the 9th place hitter. It's 2-2 score.
Give Diaz a lot of credit. He was looking to hit the ball that way. And it was just too soft for Ronald Acuna to have a play at home.
That's a smart play by Ronald.
Very smart. Keep that runner at first base. Sam Hilliard pinch running for Diaz.
Rockies last year knew all about walk-off games. They had 12 of them last season. They have only one this year. They've tied the game on a Diaz base hit. Hilliard pinch running. And Minter staring at him. Blackman tonight is 0 for 4. 3 groundouts and a pop-up to second. Rockies don't run much. Only 10 stolen bases as a team. They're 10 for 18. Hilliard stolen 2 in 3 tries. The pitch way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So that hit by Elias Diaz, the first hit for the Colorado Rockies since the 4th inning of this game.
Just go back to that pitch where he fouled the off-speed pitch off way late. Just confused by that little selection of pitches towards the end there.
Off the knuckles, out of play to Blackman. It's an even count.
But it looked like Diaz, we were talking about it. He's looking for an off-speed pitch.
The approach was
so he could hit that ball that way.
Yeah, you could see it from the first swing he took.
And he had a lot of room to play with, and he did a good job. So now you got to work around a runner at first. And nobody out. Lefty-lefty matchup with Minter, who again flips to first.
Hilliard's 6'5", and he's only taken 2 steps off the bag. I don't think he's going anywhere.
One thing this does, BJ, is it makes Charlie Blackman wait a little longer. He's leaning at first, not going. And out of play by Charlie. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's a good swing by Charlie. Man, fouled it straight back. Looked like he was looking for that fastball. He got it.
Minter's going to try to force an 11th inning. He's ahead of Blackman, the Colorado leadoff hitter. The pitch. On the ground, slowly hit. Braves will get 1 out of it. And Blackman beats the rap at first. Got the ground ball, just not hard hit enough. And the force play erases Hilliard. Blackman's aboard in front of Connor Joe with 1 out.
Great pitch by AJ here. Cutter on the outside corner. Got Charlie to hit it. Ground ball perfect to Dansby. Nice turn. Charlie's still got some life in those legs though. Able to beat it out.
Yes, he does.
So again, the smart play by Acuna to concede the tying run kept the double play in order. The Braves get a force. Now they've got Connor Joe up. Joe has had a feast or famine night. 2 walks, a ground out, and a strikeout. Double play ball. Dansby's got that. Second one. Ozzie double clutch and got his man. And A.J. Minter sends us to the 11th inning. Olsen, Albies, and Ozuna are coming up. An instant classic at Coors Field. 2-2 game after 10 in Game 3. The Rockies as we head to the 11th inning. Hilliard will stay in the game and play left field. Connor Joe is done for the night. New catcher is on, Brian Serven. The Rockies are out of catchers now with Serven in the game. And former Brave Julius Chassin is on to pitch. Same rules apply in the 11th inning. Austin Riley will be the placed runner for Atlanta in a 2-2 game. And Look, Braves have gone through Kinley, Bard, and Colomé. Those are the top 3 guys they have at the end of the game for Colorado. No offense to Chacín, but got a great opportunity for not just one, but maybe more here, Peter.
Yeah, we know what Chacín's going to do. He's going to sink and slide it. Ton of sliders. No secrets. He's got to put up good at bats. Make him throw strikes. That's the one key.
He's so crafty, though. I mean, this late in his career, he knows you're not going to blow guys away. So he has great movement on all his pitches. And he just tries to keep hitters off balance, changing speeds.
I like this matchup, though, right here.
Matt Olson is 1 for 4 tonight. Riley, the runner at second for Atlanta. Big shift on as Chacín gets set and delivers.
Still can get it up there. 94 on the first pitch.
You know, I just saw that 94. He got some juice left.
Chacín was with the Braves back in 2016, you might recall. Made 5 starts, won 1 of them. Then went to the Angels. And he wants to get together with Servin, who just checked into the game as well. I recall Chacín began his career with the Rockies 13 years ago as a 21-year-old. He's won 10 or more games in 4 separate seasons, including 14 with the Rockies back in 2013. Two after 10. And Olson a little pop. Hilliard just checked in the game. And Matt with a soft fly ball can't advance the runner. There's the first out. And Ozzie Albies will be the hitter. Here's a matchup you like. Head to head, Ozzie Albies 3 for 6 against Chacín with a double and a triple. We'll take either one of those results here. Ozzie has a 4th inning hit. Braves fans chanting for the Braves second baseman to split a gap or hit one over the wall. It's been a while. April 23rd was the last time Albies hit a big league homer. The 1-0. Golf down the right field line, but off the net.
Back-to-back extra inning games, low scoring games. So unlike Coors Field.
Yeah. I was going to say, who said a great baseball game can't be had in Denver? We've had 2 of them. Pitch. Popped up. Into center. Daza has plenty of room, and that's the second out.
I don't like the big swings, guys. When you got a man on second base, it's extra innings. You're trying to just drive the ball in all these gaps out here that they're leaving open. You don't have to go up there swinging for a 2-run homer.
Marcell Ozuna is 7 for 16 against Jhoulys Chacín, a .438 batting average, 2 doubles and a homer. We'll take a hit of any kind here to try to bring home Austin Riley. And that's off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Jackson Stevens is getting ready in the Braves bullpen. Another big swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a shot hammered toward right center field. That is over Dawson's head. Head up against the wall. Riley scores. Ozuna is in at second, and the Braves have the lead back. Oh, did Marcel need that? The hit streak is alive. The Braves have the lead back. A 2-out double to straightaway center.
Boy, it's been a tough night for Marcel so far tonight, but a redeemer right there.
This ball up in the zone on the middle inner half. He got his hands in. Boy, he's strong.
Let's get another. Contreras is 0 for 3.
Just thinking the same thing. He's been swinging the bat so well. 0 for 3. Every time for a little right center shot. You know he can do that, Beach.
Add on runs. Keep adding them on right here.
Hands held high at the plate for William. The pitch almost hit him.
That's the Coors Field slider. That's the one that just backs up and you think you've released it perfectly and almost hits him.
Marcell Ozuna continues his dominant work against Chassis. Now 8 hits and 17 tries. And a good off-speed pitch that time. Had William off stride. 2-1 the count. Crone, McMahon, and Rogers for Colorado in the 11th. They're 3, 4, 5 hitters.
Trusted right here. He's a right center field gap hitter.
Dribbled foul at third. And the count even to the Braves catcher William Contreras. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now to figure he's coming back with that slider.
In the dirt, good take, full count. Another base runner means Duvall would come up. Big pitch. Braves lead it 3-2 in the 11th.
Stay back. It's coming soft again.
Here it is. Just stayed alive.
I guarantee he thought he did enough to get Will in there. That was a great pitch. Great job fighting that off. One-handed swing.
Yeah.
Just got to put something on it.
Just look that way. Go with it.
How about a Coors Field single right here? Just a little flare.
That's right. That's all you need.
In left center field. Again, a payoff pitch from Chassin to William Contreras. Swing and a fly ball down the left field line. Stay fair, baby. It is. Yes, fair. That'll bounce into the corner. Another run is in. Contreras with 2 strikes extends the lead.
Man, he's been swinging the bat so good this whole road trip and just continues again. Chassin's mad at himself, left something over. Great job by William Contreras getting the barrel of the ball and Coors Field double.
You know, that is a great at bat. I mean, he's throwing them sliders away, he's fouling them off, and all of a sudden you try to come back in with that pitch and able to react and turn on that ball, barrel it up. Great job by Contreras.
Right on top of the chalk. And the Braves score a run in the 10th. They've got 2 in the 11th now. And Adam Duvall will be the hitter.
Keep adding on right here.
The Braves have come to Colorado and have, for the most part, quieted the Rocky offense. Braves lead it 4-2.
Aggressive right here, Adam.
Slider strike. Or a curveball. Take your pick. Either way, it had a big wrinkle in it for strike one. Swing and a drive. Duvall, two-run bomb. Adam, I don't blame you. It's hard not to smile. He has waited a long time for that.
Boy, that had to feel good, Pete.
Oh, my. We've been waiting for that a long time. Tried to throw a fastball in. And Adam Duvall goes yah-yah. Fastball running in on the hands.
Man, what a good swing.
Got the barrel on that ball.
So the Braves have scored 4 in the 11th inning. All of this with 2 outs. Ozuna a double, Contreras a double, Duvall a 2-run homer, his first homer since May the 8th. And this one shot by Harris to third, and that will retire the side. Atlanta leads 6-2. 3 outs away from winning the series and getting back to 500. Jackson Stevens to the mound next. As we came back from break, Adam Duvall, while playing catch with Harris in center, said wow. And wow indeed. More history tonight in Denver. This is the 6th time a big league game has entered extra innings, tied 0-0 or 1-1 in this beautiful ballpark's history. And so, fellas, it's real simple. For Jackson Stevens, he's got a 4-run lead. He needs 3 outs.
Yes, strikes, strikes, strikes. He knows that. The fine line becomes, you don't want to just feed fastballs or pitches to hit over the middle of the plate against an offense like this in a place like this. So he knows his job. Keep the ball down.
Get ahead of the hitter.
Get ahead, get some ground balls. Keep the ball, as I said, keep the ball on the ground. Let the fielders do some work. We saw Jesse Chavez come in and do that. Darren O'Day did the same thing. Colin McHugh as well. Jackson Stevens just going to finish the job.
Serving the catcher is the placed runner at second base as C.J. Cron digs in. Cron is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a walk. And the first one finds the mark, strike one. You feel great about the lead, but you never feel safe until you get the last out in this place. A 4-run 11th. The Braves with 10 more hits again. On the ground left side, Dansby's got it. Thrown a slow runner. There's the first out, no advance. As it stands now, Darren O'Day would help set up A.J. Minter, who would be the winner. And Jackson Stevens looking for his second save. A 4-run lead. Beg your pardon, it wouldn't be a save. Should be, though. 6-2 game. Runner at second base. Not an official save, we'll put it that way. Thanks, Peter.
It's just the different rules that causing us to. I'm with you.
1 out, 1 on for Ryan McMahon, the pitch. Jackson, you'll recall, was the tough luck man in Arizona in extra innings. But trying to nail this one down and win a series. The pitch. Another strike. Third time the Braves have played an 11-inning game. Both of them came last month against the Padres and Brewers. They've got a great shot at winning this one tonight. It's 6-2. Good try in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Charlie Morton will pitch tomorrow. Adam Duvall with a gigantic 2-run homer to cap the 4-run 11th. His first homer in nearly a month. The pitch. He is cued foul at third. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Talk about how far Jackson Stevens has come this year. Gets called up a couple of months ago, was the mop-up guy in 6 or 7-run games, and now he's got a chance to pitch the bottom of the 11th inning, Coors Field, in a 4-run game.
From the Independent Mexican League, to the World Champs.
Great story.
Rip toward right, but Ronald coming on hard. He's got a chest-high catch. And the Braves are an out away from a series win in Colorado with a game to play. 2 outs. Here's Rogers. The only man to score in the first 9 innings for the Rockies today, and that was on a wild pitch. You talk about a team stepping up in this game, guys. Remarkable work by the bullpen. 1 unearned run in nearly 7 innings at Coors Field. That one all the way to the backstop. It's going to ricochet back toward the mound, and on the wild pitch, and Servant goes to third. What did that hit?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was supposed to be a sinker that cut. And that's exactly what I talked about 2 days ago, when you think your ball's going to move one way and then it completely takes off and goes the other way. And I hit Brian McCann in back-to-back pitches in the face mask.
He still hasn't forgiven you. One ball, no strikes for Rogers. It's 1-1.
It's a good bounce back pitch right there after throwing it off that glass door.
I think he was just setting him up.
High hopper. Riley has to wait for gravity. Throws to first, and the Braves win it. A 4-game winning streak. Your Atlanta Braves are back to 500 for the first time, guys, since the 10th game of the year. This was a remarkable team victory in Game 3.
Such a hard-fought battle. What an amazing effort by the bullpen. I know I'm going to be biased, but Jesse Chavez, Colin McHugh, Will Smith, Darren O'Day, AJ Minter, and Jackson Stevens. Hats off to you guys. Unbelievable job. They talk about the bullpen depth and the difference between the Bravos and the Rockies, and you can see that in the bullpen depth right now.
And how about being Strada? You know, you got that bullpen picking you up. You know, you didn't pitch your best game, but it's great to see your teammates pick you up. But the offense in that 11th inning, give it up to Adam Duvall coming through with that big home run. Contreras getting it done with the RBI double.
Braves behind Charlie Morton have a chance to sweep the series and head home over 500. What a game in 11 innings. The Braves beat the Rockies 6-2. Your final. For Bertie, for BJ, for Peter, I'm Chip Carey. Braves Live presented by Xfinity wraps things up tonight from Atlanta.